If you go to the Bit Media website, you catch up all the beautiful photographs from the action yesterday. And official photographers, Bit Media here at Millstreet. Shamrock Water coming home, Millridge Atlantis for Team Ireland. Coach House Distillery for Summersby. And we welcome out second for Team GB, Kate Belloc and Quimera. This mare, yes, owned by Bella Lloyd Webber. 122 points to date, top 10 Chatsworth 4-star short last year, and looking forward to a good round here, this mare. We had some top mares on the track here yesterday again, didn't we?
It's great, Chris. There are so many mares eventing now, and they're doing so well. So, yeah, here's one now.
Katie, yes, the first water with Chimera. Nicely in. He hasn't seen the swan coming out yet. Now he focuses on the swan. Super take. Horses, they're so instinctive, aren't they? They just need one fraction of a second to get organized, and they get it. They are so beautifully responsive, aren't they? And instinctive. Ian Cassels, yes, fastest time of the day so far in this Connolly Red Mills Nations Cup goes to Ireland. Yes, 2.4 time penalties, 6:17 their time, 38.7. is Ian's time for his score for Millridge Atlantis. Pat Lyons electrical, and now this Vending Ireland Park question. Super one stride in, one stride out. Nicely done, well done for this very smart Chimera. Team GB, such a strong, powerful team going into Paris Olympics as well. The chat is that their third squad, their third option, could still win gold, you know. So strong, strength in depth for Team GB always. No electric bikes, no vehicles, please, beyond the barriers. Important news. We're just watching Chimera, a little bit green coming through this Connolly Red Mills water. Just took that little instant to read it and go through with it.
You were just seeing the water underneath the arc of the jump.
I don't know if the cameras are catching the cascading water coming down the wall on the right. There's a lot going on up there. It's our feature fence from Connolly Red Mills. Now, to the foreign equine, forward, in and out. Nothing between these four teams coming into the last phase. And a lovely jump from Chimera in. Now what about the corner? Just had to hold for a stride. Had to work for that a little. But horse and rider working together on the same page. If the horse didn't listen to the rider there, they were in a bit of bother. And they're working a great team effort there from Chimera and Katie Blaylock. Summersby nearly home. For Team USA, they led coming into last phase. Summersby coming home to the last three fences. Nicely over the angle brush, and a lovely horseshoe to jump then on their way home. The Clara horseshoe. Second out for Team Ireland. Patrick Whelan on Altidu. Seamus Carew's lovely homebred owns and bred this lovely Altidu. They're out on the track, they're heading to the Ballymaloon Relish picnic table. Patrick Whelan, 76 points, has 83 points as Altido going nicely here for Ian. And through that first water, well, he's been one of our top riders there for the last 2 years now, Patrick Whelan, isn't he? And yes, great to see him up at proper international level where he belongs.
Well, certainly he's kept very busy, based in Wexford, and he's always bringing on young horses as well. So it's lovely to see him riding at this four-star level too.
He's setting off at a real good pace as well, and he means business today. Well done, Altido. Well done, Patrick Whelan. Now to the Eventing Ireland Park question, top of the hill here. Lots of shadows there for them to encounter, and straight as a die through. As quick as we've seen through that Eventing Ireland question goes Altido and Patrick Whelan for Team Ireland. Chimera well over the Gorge Bridge, Bird's Nest, and out the brush corners, well over those corners. Summersby, Jennifer Carras for Team USA, fastest time to date. Yes, recorded time of 6:16. Only 2 penalty points to add to the time score of Summersby. 38.2 their mark. So USA looking good here, came in the lead and very, very competitive here to hold on to that lead into their third phase. Altitude means business as well, lowering to the ground in his gallop beautifully. Patrick Whelan on the way to the foreign equine ring forward, in and out. A winning most rider there 2 years ago, and he was third, I think, in the winning most rider list there last year. Powerfully out of horse, that was Patrick. And Altido on a lovely forward stride to the corner. One of the best we've seen through that exit of the ring forward for Ireland. Yes, Team Ireland, Altido in this Nations Cup. Chimera should be home or getting close to those finishing flags. That lovely horseshoe away from the water. Drumnahill Farmyard then for Chimera. Team Australia, Bill Levin, and this lovely Sligo Candy Kane. Keith Tyson and Elizabeth Murdoch owning, along with William, this lovely Sligo Candy boy gelding. 253 points to date. Second here in the 3-star in 21. Fifth in the 4-star in 22. Won the 4-star long Montelabretti there this year. Top form coming in here for Team Australia, Bill Levin, Sligo Candy Kane. He's one of our top novices here. He and Master Point in his novice year here with Sarah Ennis, and picked up by Bill, and he's having a real good ride on him since, bringing him to the very top level. Very quick turn back from Sligo Candy Kane, Will Levitt. I think that's the first time we've seen a turn that tight. They're chipping away at the time nicely. Yes, Katie Blaylock, Chimera, 6:12, fastest time of the day. Just 1 second over the time, 39.7 recorded total for Chimera. Altito well out over the Goresbridge, go for gold. Bird's Nest, couple of corners, big beefy corners here, and smashing through for Team Ireland. And Patrick says go time. Lovely downhill run here now for the Nosey Duggan train, all the way down to the water, and time to make up if you wanted there on the downhill run for Altitude. Seamus Carew, he owns this horse, he bred this horse. These owner breeders, I take my hat off to them, unbelievable. To all our breeders who put these fantastic horses on the ground. Well done, well done. Seamus Carew, yes, our breeder here of Altitude. Bill Levitt, Sligo Candy Kane through the Conley Red Mills, brush into water. Lovely rangy, scopy horse, Sligo Candy Boy. Sligo Candy Kane by Patrick Howley's exciting Beluda Roy stallion, Sligo Candy Boy. Now to the water, Altitude coming home. He's been foot perfect to date. Go on, Patrick. Lovely to see these up-and-coming riders on our teams, isn't it? And Ian Cassels and Patrick Whelan. I mean, they are our future for the Irish teams, aren't they? Super jumping through the Horseshoe Clara mountain one, and now to the last fence, our Drummond Farmyard for Altitude. What can he do on the clock? Clear jumping all the way to the last. It's like a Candy Cane to the foreign equine ring fort. Ears up, yes, come on, Sligo Candy Cane. Nicely done, super, very nicely done. Bill Levitt, he's a long time in the game, isn't he? And he still has a huge passion for it. I love it. He's a mighty man. Well done, Altitude, through those finishing flags. Well done, Seamus Carew. Well done, Patrick Whelan. Yes, waiting for a time to come up for Altitude. Exciting horse for Team USA coming out here. Oscar for Lisa Phillips. One Lexington 4-star, 21. One Rebecca Farms, 4-star last year. One Terra Nova, 4-star last time up. Top horse for America. A horse that's vying for Paris Oscar is for Alyssa Phillips, out on track. Altino first to break the clock. Patrick Whelan, you're the first man home within the clock. First man home to finish on his second phase score. His completed score is a 36.0. Altino, fantastic for Team Ireland. They've been chipping away at the time all the time, haven't they? And takes an Irishman to beat it, though. Well done, Patrick Whelan, Altino. 2 seconds under the time. Now, Sligo Candy Cane to the Viaduct Wall at 14. To the Eventing Island Park question here for Oscar. One of the top horses from America, Oscar. He is a superstar. And Alyssa Phillips, what a partnership. Heading up now to the Connolly Red Mills Lime Kiln. Sligo Candy Cane, well out of the goal for gold. Bird's Nest, super. These experienced horses, they just play with these corners. They are hugely technical. Both open to the right, 2 strides easy, and beautiful call there for Sligo Candy Cane. Alyssa Phillips to our title sponsors fence, Connolly Red Mills. Best millers in the country, Connolly Red Mills. They've been backing Millstreet from the get-go as title sponsors, and a massive feed company. Exports to every country in the world, does Red Mills. And now, through the Connolly Red Mills goes this lovely Oscar. Julie Phillips and Alyssa owning Oscar. Coriander and Marlow mare heading up to the Foreign Equine Ringford. Patrick Whelan has set the bar high. Yes, the time can be made if you're good, if you're very good. And Altino is all of the above. A little bit off that corner coming out of the Ringford, and when you're as good as Oscar, you just play with it. Absolutely easy. Scopes is clear, isn't it? Fantastic. Swinging on round now. The coach house distillery comes up. The Ruby's Rolling Brushes then for Oscar. And coming close to the end of their track, Sligo Candy Cane. Swacconey picks him up beautifully to the Shamrock Water coming home. Swings in there lovely, this chestnut. You won't lose him easy, will you, with that big white blaze in front. And beautiful over the offset brush coming out. And go time, says Bill. Sligo Candy Cane nearly home. Yes, almost to the second last. Oh, has completed. Well done, Sligo Candy Cane through those finishing flags for Bill Levitt for Team Australia. We welcome out on track for Team GB. Great to see him riding under for Team GB. Daniel Allison, yes, rides Blarney Monbeg Pepper. Super horse here for Lady Caroline Colthurst of Blarney fame. Yes, Brian Patta Carter bred this horse, Blarney Monbeg Pepper. They're away. Third Cronenberg, 1-star short last year. 4th Dennis, 3-star long. Yes, a top up-and-coming prospect here for Lady Colthurst. I think of Lady Colthurst, I think of Blarney, and what excellent internationals we had at Blarney, Claire.
Wonderful, and of course Mike Etherington-Smith doing those courses as well all those years ago, and started so many good horses going on for future medal winners.
Did you ride Blarney? I had the pleasure, and oh, what a track. You know what?
It's brought it to another level.
It's one of the closest you can get to it, if you like, Millstreet here. And yes, welcome to Millstreet. Kate Mila-Falcha. How is Bill Levitt's time coming up? Yes, 6:20 the time for Sligo Candy Cane, 3.6 to add for Team Australia, 38.2 the provisional total. 6:20. So, yes, he's about middleways, if you like, of those already gone through. Oscar, what a horse to have over here. Oscar, great to have him, this Coriander bred. They head to the Nosey Duggan train. I was listening to the Equi Ratings podcast yesterday coming down, and Oscar has such a huge rating, a high rating from Equi Ratings. And they're saying, you know, Paris is beckoning almost for Oscar, we think. Blarney Monbeg Pepper has to sit and recover. Little stumble in the water there from Daniel Allison on Blarney Monbeg Pepper. She's okay. A little stumble in the water, but she's absolutely fine. And Daniel is just having a feel to see how she does feel. And I think we'll find Blondie Monbeg Pepper. Dignified out of a lovely cult hero mare. We've seen some cracking horses off of Nicholas Cousins as Dignified. Coming through the last water, coming home. Oscar, what a horse, what a partnership. Lisa Phillips there for Team USA. Team USA leading coming in. Best way to win these is from the front. And yes, proud leaders coming in. And things shaking up nicely. Nothing between the first 4 teams. And we see and welcome home Oscar. 5-2-6 out on track. Daniel Jocelyn on this lovely 15-year-old Blackthorn Cruise. 671 points. 21st Badminton there last year. 1 Kelsall Hill Open Intermediate last time up. Vancouver out of a cruising mare. Panda Christie bred this horse. Lovely. Daniel Jocelyn out for Team New Zealand Blackthorn Cruise. Oscar through those finishing flags. Looked just super around for Lisa Phillips. We'll wait a time there for Team USA. 3rd member. Dan Jocelyn. Mighty jockey Dan, yes, and a Blackthorn Cruise out of a cruising mare. We mentioned Luxed as a broodmare sire, cruising as a broodmare sire, the broodmare sire of this horse here, Blackthorn Cruise. I mean, cruising the dam sire of those 2 top 10 finishers, Puissance horses, Arca Puissance, Couliac Rad at Byrne last year. What a horse cruising has been, a foundation stallion for Ireland.
It's Mary McCann. I mean, there are pages and pages in the Irish horse book to do with cruisings, be it mares or
Oscar.
Stallions of cruising.
6:20 the time for Oscar. Lisa Phillips adding 3.6 to their score, 38.4 their mark at completion of 3rd phase. Ireland on a 108.6, currently in the lead. Australia 111.8, United States 112.9. Nothing between these teams, and thanks to Rechtenstell live scoring, we're getting absolute live up-to-date updates. So we welcome out on track a Blackthorn Cruise up to the Eventing Island Park question. Gone through that to the Silby Company shelter, animal shelter it is. Look at them, every farm animal in underneath the shelter. Beautifully dressed fences here at Thomas Duggins, Emma Higgies, Nelsie's home. Come on, Blackthorn Cruise, a little look coming to the water. Dan Jocelyn says, we got to get here, and he does. Blondie Monbeg Pepper, the Gores Bridge Bird's Nest at 16, and through those big corners. That's first corner 17A and B, heading for the no-seat Duggan train. Had that little stumble in, looks absolutely perfect, back in a very even balance there now. This is a recording. Thanks. We missed them through, and thank you, Swat Cody. We saw a lovely shot then of Blondie Monbeg Pepper through those big corners. Dan Jocelyn, he's a right jockey, isn't he? A mighty, mighty jockey, Dan. Dan Jocelyn and Blackthorn Cruise. Well through the foreign equine corner, coming away from that ring fort. Panda Christie bred this, and those breeders that put these horses on the ground, they'll follow them to the end, don't they? And my goodness, you've bred a good one here in Blackthorn Cruise. Next out for Team Ireland, Robbie Cairns and Ballyvolane OBOS. Richard Ames owns, yes, the Ballyvolane prefix. Coming here for Robbie Cairns, Ballyvolane OBOS. Richard Ames, Robbie Cairns combined here over the first water. Coming in on their mark at 37.1. Won Ballindennis 3-star short last year. Won the National Championships advanced last year as well. Top prospect here for Richard Ames, for Robbie Cairns. Top jockey on the up here. We welcome home Blondie Monbeg Pepper. Well done, Team GB. Well done, Daniel Anderson. Rian Patacotter's horse, homebred horse. Yes, they are through those finishing flags. And we get a time score as soon as it shows. The Beline yard of Richard Ames, powerful yard of horses again. And lovely
seems to be growing in numbers. He's got a serious amount of lovely young horses coming along too. So lots to follow. Lovely
young jockey on the up and up, Robbie Cairns, isn't he? And he's making every go of this first jockey position with Beline. Robbie Cairns to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Super through. Oh, beautiful shot through. That's a lovely go through. And Dan Allison, Blonnie Monbeg Pepper, 6:43 their time, 12.8 to add, 55.9 their provisional total score for Team GB. Dan Jocelyn now, Blackthorn Cruise, beautifully through the Goresbridge Go for Gold Bird's Nest, and the corners are following, heading down to the Nosey Duggan Hardware train at 18. Come on, Robbie, come on, Ireland. Yes, Robbie Cairns, Ballyvalan, OBUS. Great to have him back on the go, Ballyvalan, OBUS, top horse here. And looking good now to the foreign equine Ringford. OBS quality out of a young convinced mare, good thoroughbred, young convinced, and OBS quality needs no introduction at all. The sire of MGH Grafton Street. Now, Ballyvalan OBS, the foreign equine Ringford. All to play for Team Ireland. Super round there from Altido. Clear within the clock, absolutely brilliant. So Robbie Cairns, what can you do for Team Ireland? To the corner. Holds for a stride, a little bit deep in there, but the horse comes up nicely for him. Cookhouse Distillery at 12. Ballyvalan OBOS. Tim Gleeson bred. Dan Jocelyn, Blackthorn Cruise, the Shamrock Water. Interesting line there from Dan. Skirts the water on a slightly wider angle coming in. To be sure, no worries there for Dan Jocelyn, for Blackthorn Cruise. They head to the last. And out on track, we welcome Sandra Salute and Kenya Wilson. They're out on track. This 14-year-old by Salutation. Lynette Winteringham and Ian Campbell, along with Kenya, own this Sandra's Salute. Heading to the water. I know Lynette and Ian, Kenya's parents, are here on site. Welcome to Millstreet. And a special welcome, he says, from Sean Lowry, good mate of yours. He was commentating with us there last year. And texted here to say, make sure you say a big hi to Kenya Wilson's parents out on site here. Welcome to Millstreet. Off to a good start is Kenya as well, up the hill. We'll see him coming to the park question very shortly. To the Hobbit House comes Ballyvalan OBUS. 6:20 the time for Blackthorn Cruise. Dan Jocelyn for Team New Zealand. 6:20 gives them a 3.6 penalty, 37.5 their mark coming in. Ireland in the lead so far on a 108.6. A lot will depend on Robbie Cairns' round, and he's currently on track to the Goresbridge Bird's Nest for Robbie Cairns. Ballyvalan OBUS does that beautifully. OBUS out of a young convinced mare, love the pedigrees. Now to these very important corners coming home. Brave jump into the water for Sandra Salute for young Kenya Wilson. Kenya Wilson, yes, well to our title sponsors at Lime Kilns Fence. Oh, now we have a replay of Robbie through those corners, very importantly clear. Go on, Team Ireland. Come on, Robbie Cairns. Kenya Wilson adjusting her glasses, I think, her goggles, yes, coming now to the foreign equine fort. Won the 4-star long at Werribee. Won the 4-star short there as well. Won 4-star short twice at Brigadoon. Top 4-star horse coming in here for Kenya Wilson. 6th in the Hastings 4-star short in New Zealand in March. Brilliant prospect here for Team Australia, Kenya Wilson. Come on, Ireland, yes, Ballyvalan OBUS to the last. Water bravely through on a very tight line to that offset brush. Motors down now to the second last here. This lovely horseshoe, ears up from him. There's a lot left in that tank of that horse, isn't it? Where they put their ears forward like that. Lovely, travelling easy for Ireland, travelling easy for Robbie Cairns to the last. 5:46 starts. Kings Especial for Caroline Pimuchu. Rides here for the Redfield Kings group. Won great medals, 4-star last year. Second in the Virginia Horse Trials, and fourth Terra Nova to Oscar this March. We've seen Oscar going round already. Huge, very good round there for Oscar. And finishing fourth to Oscar last time up, this King's Especial for Caroline Pimuchu. She's away over the Ballymaloe Reddish picnic table at 3. Waiting for a time for Robbie Cairns and Ballyvolane OBOS. An important time to come. Lovely clear jumping from Robbie for Team Ireland. King's Especial, and we're watching Caroline Pimuchu, one of the top riders in the world right now. She is on fire. HSH Blake, you know, lovely Irish bred of Mary Mangan, produced and came up through our Young Event Horse series, and winning all before him again. And I'm hoping we're going to see HSH Blake at the Olympics there for Team USA. Blake's jockey Caroline Pimuchu looking very good here. King's Especial. Through Sandra Salute, Kenya Wilson for Australia. Good shot through the corners, safely through, nicely through. To the nosy Duggan trained, multiple 4-star winner. Kenya Wilson looking good here for Team Australia. King's Especial looking good then through the Connolly Red Mills lime kilns there for Team USA. They came in the lead, and she will have a real cut here. Always does Caroline Pimuchu. Time comes in for Ballyvolane OBOS. 6:36 the time, 10 penalties to add, 47.1. Is that costly for Ireland that time? We will see. King's Especial, Team USA, heads to the foreign equine ring fort. Lovely jockey to watch, Caroline Pimuchu. Yes, and working well through that ring fort corner, very nicely done. And coming home now, Sandra Salute, Kenya Wilson. Your parents are watching. I wonder where they're watching from. Yes, Kenya nearly home for Team Australia. To the second last, this lovely horseshoe. She's kept a good rate all the way through as well. Can she be good on the time? Just the one horse has made the time so far. Patrick Whelan, Altidu for Ireland. 513, yes, away, Kirsty Shabbat. This very, very smart Fleetwater opposition mare. Yes, out of an heraldic dam, yes, for John Johnson, for Caroline Keynes, and Kate Montserrat owning opposition heraldic girl. They're away over 1, 2, and heading for 3. Kenya Wilson home in the inside those finishing flags. Well done, Team Australia and Kenya Wilson. Opposition Radigal looking good, yes, through the first water. 159 points to date, 4th and 3rd here in 22, 5th in the Kililkey, 4-star long last year. Knows the Irish weather well, does opposite Radigal. Lovely to see Kirsty coming back again and again here to Ireland, and knows Millstreet very well, of course. Heads now to Pat Lyons' electrical hay rack, jumps it beautifully. Good fast time for Team Australia. Kenya Wilson, yes, Sandra Salute. 6:17 their recorded time. Clear jumping as we see. 2.4 only to add. One of our fastest rounds to date. Puts them on a 43.0 total. Looking at the current scores there for Team Ireland, 110.2 in front, just about 112.9. Team USA, Australia, 114.2. Nothing in it, only a flip of a coin, I think here. A couple of seconds of time dividing those first 3 teams. And Kirsty Shabbat's going to give it a good cut here, always does. She has the great Classic, hasn't she, Kirsty, and has had a huge success with Classic. Massive big launch. It wasn't a jump, it was a launch into the Connolly Red Mills water. Big and bold and brave from this mare by Fleetwater opposition. Carries the Johnson's flag well, doesn't she? Yes, she's tailor-made for the game. Jockey and horses. Now, heading up now for this lovely foreign equine ring fort. Look at the horse's ears up, saying, whoa, it's dark in there, isn't it? And what happens in there? Yes, climbing up the hill to the castle And big castle walls to jump on the way in. Castle walls on the way out, and they can't see the landing on their way through. Big, bold, brave horses, these Nations Cup horses, and out to the corner. Super forward take. Isn't that probably the fastest and smoothest we've seen? Willem Kirsty Shabbat. She's cutting every corner, isn't she? She's leaving nothing on the clock for sure. King's Especial, Caroline Pimuchu. Nice and respectful to the last combination, this last water fence, the Shamrock Water. Beautifully dressed, every kind of a farm animal there on the island. And now to this offset brush. Opens up that big long stride of his, and that's King's Especial home. McLaren, Janelle Price, Team New Zealand, yes, one of the tops in the world here at Millstreet, comes now forward on McLaren. 665 points has McLaren accumulated. Top 10 Pertoni World Championships. 7th in the Millstreet 4-star short last year. Good run at Samur there in the spring as well. McLaren, Janelle Price, looking good now to the first water. Cutting back on that very tight line. Back to make up some ground here. Janelle Price, McLaren, last for Team NZ. David Thompson, Kerry Thompson owning McLaren. King's Especial, that was a fast time from Caroline Pimuchu. A brilliant first half, we saw that fast. And we wondered about the second half. Well, we have the answer now. 6:13, second fastest of the day. Yes, 0.8 of penalty only to add to Team USA on Caroline Pimuchu's behalf. 37.1 their mark. Puts him into individual third. That is if Janelle Price makes the time. She's on a 32.9. Altito, that fast time, puts him on a 36 in this Nations Cup. The individual standings for these Nations Cup teams from Ireland. Altito, Patrick Whelan. Opposition heraldic guard, Scores Bridge, Bird's Nest on the way down to the big corners. And we watch McLaren, yes, on their way to the Connolly Red Mills, our title sponsors here. Big fame brush coming in, and McLaren just says, yeah. It's absolutely fine, isn't it? Super through. Mikey S is here watching as well. Mike Etherington Smith, and he's been at Millstreet from the get-go. Mike, your track is riding beautifully. McLaren now. Coming to the far equine now. Team NZ. Janelle Price. Reads the question beautifully. Big scopy jump into the ring forward there from McLaren. Experienced horse McLaren knows exactly what they're at. Big long take, took a stride out from the distance. Yes, that's the way you save time. And a brilliant run through for McLaren.
And her mother, Leslie Richards from New Zealand, is here watching as well. So I hope she's got a good view somewhere.
She'll be riding every stride, won't she? Mighty family. And Colin Price is here as well. Tim's dad, I get it. Isn't it fantastic? So all Team Price are here, family Price are here. We welcome you here to Millstreet. Opposition heraldic guard. This could be very fast. Kirsty Shabbat has left nothing to the clock, I think, and opposition heraldic girl. We're just seeing the recording of them coming home. They are through those finishing flags already, and I'm reckoning that this could be right up there. Caroline Kirsty Shabbat and opposition heraldic girl. Opposition heraldic girl, 6:10. Yes, the second horse to break the clock. Yes, we thought it was fast. Well, and Kirsty Shabbat, you are masterful. Team G puts you right back up there again into play. I think here, clear within the time. Kirsty Shabbat, opposition heraldic girl. Nothing to add to their score. 39.2 coming in, 39.2 going out. Polly Blue Eyes for Team Ireland, last for Team Ireland. Yes, the Shamrock Water at 5. Jennifer Cunley has grown up with this mare, this lovely Polly Blue Eyes by Constance Chales, the thoroughbred. And looking good here now to the Shamrock Water coming through. Up the hill to the Eventing Island Park. Question for Team Ireland for Polly Blue Eyes. 242 points to date. A very good 8th in the Kronenberg 4-star long last March. And Polly Blue Eyes, a very established partnership. We come back to Janelle Price. Janelle Price over the Go for Gold Bird's Nest. Now to these big corners. Yes, excellent through from McLaren. What a star, McLaren. McLaren heads down the hill to the Nosey Duggan Hardware train. Polly Blue Eyes, a launch into the Conley Red Mills water, just let rip at it, and very, very fast and furious through the title sponsor's fence. Heading up to the far neckline now for Polly Blue Eyes. Good climb up the hill all the way to the very height of the track here at Drishan, Millstreet Drishan. You're on top of the world up here. On the downhill run, McLaren heads on down to the Bit Media barrels at 19. Bit Media, yes, a great company looking after all our photographs here at Millstreet International. Go to the Bit Media website, you will see the best of action photos. Come on, Team Ireland, Polly Blue Eyes, nice and forward to the corner. Lovely take at the corner for Jennifer Cudley for Polly Blue Eyes, the mare. Yes, she heads to the Coach House Distillery. Only 2 have made the clock so far. Patrick Whelan for Team Ireland. Altitude puts Ireland right up there. Opposition, Heraldi Girl, Kirsty Shabbat makes the time. Yes, for Team GB. Makes it very competitive. Last team members out on track. Yes. Janelle Price, Team NZ. Angles the water. Taking no chances at this very offset brush with McLaren. McLaren races home to the second last and home and through those finishing flags for McLaren. Interesting time to come up here. Again, she looks busy all the way through. Looks to be a very, very solid gallop from the flagfall. Team Australia comes out through Andrew Barnett. Yes, go Tosca to the first water. 6 on the score, 33, as we see on the graphics here from Strathcony, from Clip My Horse. Takes a slightly wider exit out of that first water, Andrew, but a good solid jump through that first combination. 1, 2, 2 stars in 19, 1, 2, 3 stars in 2019. 1 Tambourine 4-star short last year. And won the Sydney 4-star long in November. Top horse here for Australia. Go Tosca and Andrew Barnett. McLaren, yes, 6:19 comes up on our screens on our Richardson Live scoring. 3.2 to add to Team NZ, 36.1 their score. 121.7 will be their total team score for Team NZ. What about Ireland? 110.2. And excellent. It all depends on Polly Blue Eyes now, coming to Goresbridge Bird's Nest at now to the corners. She's having a cracking round for Team Ireland. Yes, Polly Blue Eyes and Jennifer Cudley. She came up through the underage European Championship teams, didn't she? And she's profiting a very, very good jockey. Yes, Jennifer Cudley, Polly Blue Eyes for Team Ireland, coming home down the hill to the Nosey Duggan train. And Barnett's horse, a little look into the line clearance water, just to be sure, absolutely okay through those flags nicely. On the uphill climb to this foreign equine ring fort. Beautiful turf up here above the road, isn't it? And horses stretching out on it beautifully. A thick wing of grass. They've put massive grass seed on it from the get-go here. The best of ground conditions here for the Nations Cup here at Millstreet. Conley Red Mills, yes, coming to a close. The Nations Cup part of it, yes, and Andrew Barnett for Australia. 6-time international winner already, this horse. And he means business here as well today at the International here at Millstreet. Andrew Barnett super through the foreign equine ring fort. Coach House Distillery comes up for him at 12. Polly Blue Eyes coming to the end of her track for Team Ireland. Important score to count there for our Nations Cup team. And here we have Whelan Strathcony just in time to see Polly Blue Eyes lining up the last water. Takes the direct route through, and nicely of the rusty. Now what about these offset? This is very offset, and a beautiful jump through from Polly Blue Eyes from Jennifer Cudley for Team Ireland. And look at this for pace coming home, Claire. She's looking good. Ireland came in second spot in behind the USA with a total score of 113.7. What about Ireland? Yes, you'll see Jennifer's time as soon as it shows. Can Ireland win this Nations Cup? With his young team of youngsters, up-and-coming riders, all of them. Ian Cassels, Patrick Whelan, Jennifer Cunliffe, Robbie Cairns. Polly Blue Eyes, incredible time, 6:04, fastest time of the day for this mare. Yes, Jennifer Cunliffe, take a bow, 33.5, securing a brilliant win for Ireland in this Nations Cup. Over the Hobbit House, Andrew Burnett, last for Team Australia. Comes on through. Andrew Burnett, Go Tosca. So Goresbridge, Bird's Nest. Lovely to have Goresbridge Go for Gold sponsoring here for the first time here at Millstreet. And Ed Donoghue, managing director and owner of the Goresbridge Go for Gold, is here on site. Try and meet him if you can. Ed and Siobhan, look forward to meeting them later. Yes, they sponsor that lovely Bird's Nest, top of the hill. Now to the corners for Andrew Burnett for Australia. Well done, Team Ireland. Yes, fantastic take out Jennifer Cunliffe. What a score that was, securing the win for Team Ireland on a score of 110.2. Lovely slow motion shots coming in from Strathcona of Go Tosca to these big corners. Lovely Scobie jump over the A-part, ears up to the second. Lovely attitude, lovely shape, lovely technique here from Go Tosca, multiple international winner. Great to have you here at sunny Millstreet. Kate Dowling, the owner for Go Tosca. Kate, I hope you're watching this lovely horse, Go Tosca. Such an accomplished horse, and Andrew Burnett having a super round here to finish up our Nations Cup. Yes, it's to the last water. Nice brave shot, been brave everywhere, has Go Tosca. Heading to the last two fences here. Full of gas coming home as well. Go Tosca. Interesting time will be as well. Again, it looks like they've gone a really good gallop from the flag fall, and now to the finishing flags comes our last of our team horses in the Nations Cup, Andrew Burnett and Go Tosca. Out on track, Milridge Athos, Ian Cassels comes out on track on this Grand Gale. Yes, a lovely, lovely horse again for Ian Cassels. Brilliant already for Team Ireland. And to win on Milridge Atlantis. Very quickly onto his next horse, Ian. And he's away over Barry's T. Oxford Charles's Flower Box at 2. Ian won't have any chance to really savour that win in the Nations Cup. He's straight out on track again, isn't he?
Yes, very, very exciting, and one of our really top young riders coming forward, so hopefully, yeah, it's a good start.
Go Tosca, we thought it was fast. It was fast. Bang on the time, that 6:11 time. So impressive, Go Tosca. Well done, Andrew Burnett. Well done, Go Tosca. And that's going to help Team Australia climb up the leaderboard, up into third spot. Ireland winning on 110.2. United States came in the lead, just headed there. 113.7 to finish second. Australia now with that brilliant round from Go Tosca. Andrew Burnett securing third at 114.2. Great Britain in fourth. New Zealand in fifth. We're watching one of the top jockeys here in Ireland, Ian Cassels. Milridge Athos nicely through the coffin fence, one stride to one stride, beautifully through the Eventing Island Park question there for Milridge Athos. By the thoroughbred Grand Gale, we've seen so many horses by thoroughbreds on the top line or either thoroughbred mares. And you need that for championship competition.
Yes, it's so important to have that bit of blood. And always usually the back five last fences, you really know, have they got that bit of blood with them.
35.2 there, Mark, not far off the leading scores. Again, Ian Cassels, Milridge Athos to the far neck right. No, first of all, the Conley Red Mills jumps it bravely in. I reckon that thoroughbred cross gives them that real forward thinking, that real forward go, as well as that heart-to-lung ratio that you really need for top level eventing. And that heart-to-lung ratio is so important. We have it by a thoroughbred here, going back to the greater Lord Gale. Ears up now to the far neck one, Ringford. Love that white star in front. It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautifully made. And now to the Ringford. Always light with his hands, Ian, and just sits up beautifully. He's always part of his horse, isn't he? Nicely done. That lower leg position never changes either, you know. So secure. I love it. Yeah, well done, Ian. Ian Cassels heads to the Coach House Distillery at 12.
Going for the future, Chris, for Ireland, that you know, some nice younger horses at this level coming through.
Absolutely, and Millstreet Athos is definitely one of those. New starter, yes, Bodie's Maximum comes in for Patrick Burns and No League in our breeder. By the Kennedys, Casey Maximum Joe, and Bodie's Maximum comes in on their score, 50.4. They're away out of the start box, the Charles Flower box at a 2. To 24, Killilkey, 4-star long, tremendous international site here in Ireland. Killilkey, yes, a good show there from Bodie's Maximum there last year. And second, Liz Garvin in the Meter 15 Open there in the spring. And Liz Garvin going to host a brilliant international in August, isn't it? Late August. And they're going to have a 4-star long there in Liz Garvin. So to our visitors here, our competitors, keep an eye on the classes there for Liz Garvin. Bodie's Maximum coming into shot on these lovely Swatconey pictures to the Shamrock Water on through over the pet lines electrical. Has him coming up the hill to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Casey Maximum Joe, lovely stallion there at the Kennedys down there in County Limerick. They stand stood alongside them, the great OBUS quality and beautifully through. No, that's a lovely straight line through. Great shot there, high in the sky there from Swatconey's cameras. And we're getting back to Millstreet Athos over the Bird's Nest, and now over these lovely corners here from Millstreet Athos. Kieran Savage, our breeder here from this Grand Gale, and the Irish bred here. So you know, he dug and trained at 18. Bodie's Maximum over the Selby Company field shelter. Now to our title sponsor's fence. Strong ride there from Patrick going through. Horse a little bit flat over the brush, but nicely through, and a quick run through for Patrick and Bodie's Maximum. Far Equine Ringford, top of the hill awaits.
I expect you knew he used to play Gaelic football for Wexford.
and his sister Marie as well.
And his sister, yes.
Great producers down there in Wexford. Best of horses coming out of Wexford. And now to this Far Equine Ringford. First time it's been jumped in this direction here this year. And Mikey, yes, he's masterful. It rides very, very well. This corner comes up pretty quick here on the out part. Got a bit deep to the A part. And Patrick works a little bit, and Bodie's Maximum says, no, I've got it easy. That's okay. To the Coach House Distillery at 12. Millstreet Athos coming home for Ian Cassels, nearly home to the Shamrock Water. We might catch him just before he finishes. What a round there from Atlantis, Millstreet Atlantis, and Ian Cassels on the team. Now, switching back to Athos here, to the last water. Good over the rusty now. It's all about this corner. This offset brush. He was off it a little. Bravely takes it on. And now a good gallop to the last. He's home already. That was a recording. We've seen some Swatconey. Thank you for that, Swatconey. Yes, great to catch it. And now through those finishing flags well. Millstreet Athos. Kenview Romelu has made a start there for Cathal Daniels. Our breeder here, Geraldine Quinn, is Kenview Romelu over the second. The Belly Blue Relish picnic table at 3 for Kenview Romelu. One Dennis advanced, and 7th of 31 in the Millstreet 4-star long there in 22. Experienced horses, Kenview Romelu. Good partnership here with Cathal Daniels. And they're through that first water at 4 and 5. Pat Lines Electrical, Hayrack, lovely gallop at fence here. Puts him right in the air, Kenview Romelu. This Omar, bred a 13-year-old. 6:10 the time for Millridge Athos. What a score again, absolutely brilliant. 1 second under the clock again for Millridge Athos. Ian Cassels. That's going to help him climb up that leaderboard. Yes, 35.2 his score coming in, 35.2 his score going out. Isn't that fantastic? Kenvue Romelu, what a great shot over that big shelter. Beautifully dressed fences here. The camera's picking it up beautifully. There's goats and geese and every kind of an animal in under that shelter. Horses don't see it, but we do. And it's lovely, lovely shot of Kenvue Romelu through that Conley Red Mills water. Well, he's maximum nicely off through the Goresbridge Bird's Nests and over the brush corners, 17A and B. Taking fast the action here at Millstreet Nations Cup course here. Farn Equine, Ringford here for Cathal Daniels. Cathal Daniels, and it's very smart, Kenvue Romelu. Big scopy jump on the way in from Kenvue Romelu. And now holding for a stride for the corner. Waits for it to show. It shows nicely for him. Later was, but he's absolutely fine. Kenvue Romelu to the Coach House Distillery at 12. Well, he's maximum through that Shamrock Water coming home. Clara Horseshoe there at 21, and the last to complete a fine round for Bowley's maximum. He's got a big open stride, doesn't he, Kenvue Romelu? Covers a lot of ground in his gallop. Mighty jockey Cathal Daniels, and we keep repeating, you know, that picture of him on the podium there, the Europeans, with Michael Young and Imre Klimke and young Cathal Daniels on board with a great row and Rua. Brilliant performance. On the weary side coming home, Bowley's maximum has to work through that last water. He's okay, I think, and this is probably a recording. He's probably home and clear at the last and home. Good on you, Patrick. Out on track, OBUS Take One. Love this OBS quality here of Suzanne Hagan's gorgeous looking horse. One of the most attractive of the OBUSs on the circuit. OBUS Take One to the first water. Third here in the 3-star in 2021. Top 20 Thorsby in the 4-star in March as well. That was a great performance from OBUS Take One. And looking good through that first water. Comes in today on a score 39.6. OBUS quality had a Nancy Broom, lovely mare there that Monbeg have there. Now Nancy Broom. And makes him a half to OBUS impressive. Lovely half-brother to this very smart OBUS Take One. Kenvue Romelu up to the Goresbridge Bird's Nest, Goresbridge Go for Gold at 16. And now through these lovely big corners. Opening up that big long frame of his. He's a big rangy horse, isn't he? And I'd love to see that real good ground cover in the gallop. Bravely through that OBUS Take One to the Eventing Island Park question. And now is the shelter for Suzanne. She's a very good youngster on the upbeat Lockview Commander, isn't she, Suzanne? She's got some cracking horses to ride, and love this OBUS Take One now to the Conley Red Mills. Was well off of there, and bravely launches into the water. Second of the 3 waters now behind for OBUS Take One. Kenvue Romelu to the last water. Daniels lines up this out of the water, very offset. This has to put down again just in front of it. Lost a bit of revs, but got the jump, which is all important to the second last. Kenvue Romelu and Cathal Daniels for Ireland. Time comes in for Bowley's maximum, 6:29 recorded time coming in, and 7.2 to add, 57.6 recorded total for Patrick Byrne and Bowley's maximum. OBUS Take One well to the Farn Equine Ringford. And we welcome out on track Cooley Bounce here for Alannah Kelly for Ireland. This lovely Grange Bounce, a 14-year-old gelding, bred by Thomas Duffin. been a real star. It has a coolie bounce for Alannah. Second in the Millstreet 3-star short here last year. Second to 54 runners. Brilliant performance there. Third in the European Young Riders to medal win. Yes, a coolie bounce on the medal winning team for Ireland in the Young Rider Europeans last year. What a partnership this is. Coolie bounce by the great Grange bouncer. And the Grange bouncer's master, yes, Jack Lambert, sadly passed away there the other day, and what a character, what a mighty man, what a great family. And Grange Bouncer is his legacy. Grange Bouncer, the sire of Coolie Bounce. Cathal Daniels on a 6:04 mark. Yes, well under the clock. Nicely done, Cal. 36.2. Huge ground covering horse, that Kenview Romelu. That's he and his partner Jennifer Cunley on identical times. No bragging rights going home. Yes, they have drawn even. Well done, Cal. Well done, Jennifer. Two brilliant scores. Polly Blue Eyes and, of course, now Kenview Romelu. OBS take one. I think he's a real athlete, this fella. To the go for gold, Bird's Nest, top of the hill. I love the canter. I love the ease of the canter. It's beautiful rhythm all the time. A lot of the OBS is for me a little bit downhill. This fella's uphill all the time. He's lovely, lovely to watch. He's a good take now in the corners. Beautiful done, Suzanne. Well done, Suzanne Hagan. Well done. This lovely OBS take one. Down the hill to the Nosey Duggan Hardware train now at 18. Connie Red Mills. Bravely done from this coolie bounce. Yes, beautifully done from Alannah Kelly. She's grown up with this horse, hasn't she? And long-standing partnership, and they know each other inside out. Been to Europeans, winning medals there at young rider Europeans. And what a performance here last year, the 3-star. Going up to the level of 4-star here, Nations Cup 4-star. Coolie bounce to the foreign equine. Super through, beautifully through. Well done, Coolie bounce with that smart coolie prefix. He was fast here in the 3-star last year, but this time's again 570 meters a minute. Yes, we'll see what he can do. He's looking good. Yes, halfway through the track and better for OBS, for Coolie bounce. OBS take one, should be coming home. Yes, we get him to the last water. I love the canter on this horse, and she takes a slightly longer version to get straight to that offset brush, and now 2 fences to get home for this very smart OBS take one. Maria O'Brien, who has the stallion OBS quality, bred, of course, OBS take one. The mare, though, Nancy Broom, has gone to Monbeg. They have the mare now, don't they? I think they do. Coolie bounce, it opens up that lovely gallop of his. Coolie bounce. Yes, where are we? Coolie bounce. The Viaduct Wall at 14. Out on track. Lucky Jojo for Nick Brooks. They're out on track. Lucky Jojo for New Zealand, for the Lucky Jojo Syndicate. Comes out in their score 44.3. They're through the first water. Good finish for OBS take one. Look forward to a good time as well. Foot perfect throughout the track. Nicely done there, Suzanne Hagan. Lucky Jojo, been to Millstreet there last year, was 10th in the 3 long there, having just a 2nd start at 4-star. This Lucky Jojo here with Nick Brooks for New Zealand. Over the Pat Lyons electrical hay rack, and now on the uphill climb to the Eventing Ireland Park Question. Coolie bounce going well now. She'll be getting to the top of the hill. The Goresbridge Bird's Nest coming up next for Alannah Kelly. Good over the Goresbridge Go for Gold Bird's Nest. This lovely Irish bred, yes, Coolie bounce. He's traditional bred, isn't he? He's a super sort. Now to these double corners. Tight to the first. He says, yeah. I've done all this before. He's brilliant, isn't he? Fantastic. You know, when a horse and rider have been in partnerships all the way through, they know each other absolutely, and you can trust them with your life, and Alannah does. Brilliant performance there from Alannah. Down to Nosey Duggan train for Coolie bounce. Lucky Jojo. Second time out at 4-star level for this Dilshan. Dilshan by Darshan. Lovely thoroughbred horse there, Dilshan. Stands there in Kilteely stud, I think, there with a J-Bow. So it's Dilshan. For Nick Brooks, second time out at 4-star. Bravely into the Connolly Red Mills water. .645 time for OBUS take 1, 13.6 to add, 53.2. Provisional total for OBUS take 1 and Suzanne Hagan. Individual leader at the moment, Go Tosca. What a round there from Andrew Barnett. Finishing their cross country exactly on the optimum time, 6:11. Leading score in the clubhouse of a 33 individually. In second, Milridge Athos, home within the time on 35.2. Currently in third, Jennifer Cunley, Polly Blue Eyes. But we've got some mighty big guns to call out yet. And early days in the Nations Cup individual rankings. Cootie Bounce to the last water. He can take off from anywhere, can't he? He's got great power of his hocks and great scope as well from this Cootie Bounce, this range bouncer bred. And they're about home. Yes, through those finishing flags. Well done, Alannah Kelly. Loved your round. Your 4-star round here. Second in the 3-star last year. Going up the level to the 4-star now. And brilliant. Aranum JJ comes out of the star box here. They head to the water. Aranum JJ. Well established at 3-star. Going up the level here to 4-star. Aranum JJ. A little bit tight to the offset. Swan was able to make that tight turn back for Aranum JJ. One Clyde, meter 15 there last year. 9th of 14 in the Kililkey Advance last time up. First time out at the level, at the 4-star level, Aranum JJ. Aranum, funny name, but it's actually his Townsland spelled backwards. Moan Moore in the heart of Scardian Hunt country. That's Aranum backwards, if you like. That's his name, Moan Moore. Aranum JJ. Yes, now to this Eventing Island Park question. Gone up the level now to a 4-star, his first 4-star. And that looks lovely and experienced through the Eventing Island Park question. Excellent. Cootie Bounce recorded time comes in. 6:19 recorded, 3.2 to add. 45.5 their finishing total. Well done, Alannah Kelly. Well done, Cootie Bounce up to 4-star. And a super finish there. Around the JJ, exuberant over the Saudi and Company shelter. Now, he who will never have seen a fence as big as this, or as technical as this, is Connie Redmond's water, Aranum JJ. Good strong ride there from Louise, and says, no, we're absolutely fine here. And horse says, are you sure, Mum? And she said, yeah, no, we're absolutely fine. And he was. A long-term partnership as well, Aranum JJ and Louise Kennedy. And the trust as well is there to be seen. Horse and rider on the same page here. On the uphill climb to the Foreign Equine, Ringford. It's a big graduation going up into 4-star, your first 4-star. It's like going to uni, isn't it? Third level education.
Yes, it's very exciting for them. And I know the family, they're steeped with farming and with horses and breeding national hunt horses as well. So it's lovely to see the daughter really enjoying this now. Wow.
And that was as brave a shot as you'd see from any 4-star horse coming through that corner. Went on a forward stride. Lucky. Yeah, good to see you, Lucky Jojo. Absolutely fine. Yeah, Nick Brooks, absolutely fine. And they'll live to fight another day for sure. And now we're watching Aranum JJ. Ruby's Rolling Brushes, Vidic Wall at 14. How exhilarating is it? We're talking about upgrading, Claire, for the horse as well. Suddenly the dimensions are getting pretty strong and pretty technical as well.
I mean, they've been jumping this course so well, Chris, and really they are questions. If you're walking it, it's got quite a lot of asks on it, and it's really lovely to see this. Super.
We welcome out on track another lovely Irish rider with a powerful backing of horses. Yeah, we've been watching her and so impressed with her performances yesterday. Daniel McCormick for Ireland comes out now on hill there. Billy Orinoco. They're out on track, as Kevin said, bred a 14-year-old. Heads to the Ballymaloe Relish picnic table at 3.
Isn't that picnic table up to now has been jumping really well and got an extra large jump over that. The air.
Bred to jump Kevin Zed out of a vector mare. It's all Barnwell breeding. Yes, Donny Barnwell bred this horse from the famous Billy stud as well. Anna Sims, Hilda Jones, Daniel McCormick up on a 39.1 score through that first water for Hilda Billy Orinoco. Hilda Billy Orinoco, yes, 9th in the 3-star here last year. 4th Ballindens, 4-star short. So knows their way around here in Ireland. Well, Danielle, based in the UK, has a powerful yard of horses, and this one looks good. Yes, Kevin Zed out of a vector heads to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Coming home, Aramanum JJ, nearly there. Well done, Aramanum JJ. First time out at 4-star level, beautifully off the Girls Bridge, Go for Gold, Bird's Nest. Brush Corner's behind him now. The main big combinations are now behind him. Is it just the water to come at the bottom of the hill? Don't see Duggan Hardware train medium barrels before they get there. And there, Billy Orinoco heads up now to the Conley Red Mills. Oh no, they have the Selby Shelter first. Selby Company Shelter, ears up to a beautiful shot through. I think a bit media have 6 photographers out on track, and they'll be cracking photographs coming off from sunny Millstreet. Beautiful horses, jumping beautiful fences, beautifully. Brave shot coming through for Billy Orinoco. They're through 7. And a new starter out on track in this Nations Cup 4-star. Conley Red Mills, our sponsor here. Many, many thanks, Conley Red Mills. Yes, HSH has it all. The puissance of Heather O'Connor comes out on track on their score, 43.3. By the great puissance. Puissance, a horse that had 2 top 10 finishes there through at Byrne last year. After Puissance, Coolio Clara, brilliant Puissance horses, and another brilliant one here. HSH has it all for Heather O'Connor. Heads to the first water. 7th to 54 in the Millstreet, 3-star short last year. And 3rd Kilkie advanced last time up, and that was excellent at Kilkie. So it has it all. Good form coming in here for Heather O'Connor. Good finish there for Aramanum JJ. Loved you around, Louise. What a round. Fantastic. Their first 4-star. Now, that's another little click in their belt they can do, isn't it? Isn't it just a huge mark? And not just a 4-star, but a Millstreet 4-star. Nations Cup 4-star. Well done, Aramanum JJ. Eventing Ireland Park question next for HSH has it all. Neatly through, as quick as you can do that distance, and wasting no time at all. This puissance there for Heather O'Connor. Sean Barron bred, HSH has it all. Next fence from our will be the Spilby Company Shelter, and they're over that now to the Conley Red Mills line here. Dimensions of this fence aren't huge. There's so much going on at the back of this frame brush. Cascading water coming down that wall, and they can't actually see their way out of that water complex. And bravely in, bravely out goes this Puissance bred. HSH has it all. Puissance has a good son, Imperial Tiger. I'm watching him, you know. I think he can throw a very, very good horse as well. Good performance horse he was too. Good show jumper in his own right, Imperial Tiger. And look forward to his get coming through. Puissance is retired, of course. And what a servant he's been to the Irish bred. And this Puissance gelding now to the foreign equine, ring forward in, ring forward out. Hits the clouds coming over the A-part of the second element, and nicely over the corner. Well done, Heather O'Connor.
Certainly lost no time through that combination. Very, very good.
Aramanum JJ, yes, recorded their first 4-star completion. Yes, 7 minutes, not a fast time, but a very good jumping round. 90.6 to add 75.3. Provisional total for Aramanum JJ. Hilda Billy Orinoco over the Gores Bridge, Go for Gold, Bird's Nest. Kevin Zed and Vector combined. Yes, Adobe Barnwell bred this horse. He also produced, of course, the great Copper Beach to the Go for Gold sale. And look at what Copper Beach has done there now. Won 4 stars. And Cosby Green, brilliant round of badminton on that Go for Gold graduate. And so, yes, Tony Barnwell bred Billy Orinoco coming down to the Nosey Duggan train. Premier Charlie over Charles's flower box. Yes, named just for you. This a touchdown gelding. Jenny Cairns up and going now in this Nations Cup. Touchdown bred from Dominic Rice, our breeder. 45.8 their mark. One Hillcrest Meter 15 opened there last year. 7 Ballindens 4-star. So well established at the 4-star level already. Premier Charlie. Out of an Oscar mare. I presume that's a thoroughbred mare. And looking good here now. Over 1, 2, 3, 4. And now to the Pat Lyons Electrical Hayrack. Touchdown the side of Pauline Broca. Yes, a brilliant badminton winner, Pauline Broca, there by the great touchdown.
I love a touchdown on the dam side coming through there.
Well, you're right, Claire. There's 8 or 9 top horses, all out of touchdown mares, and as good as he was as a top line sire, as a brood mare sire, absolutely brilliant. Here he has touchdown on the top line, Premier Charlie, looking good through the Eventing Ireland Park question. It has it all. Heads home. Yes, yes. Well, good completion here there, Billy Orinoco. Thanks, Roger. Yeah, nicely home. As we watch HHH has it all well through those brush corners. Premier Charlie. Connie Redmond's line kills. That fraction of a dwell there on takeoff. As long as he could stay on those hops and said, yeah, just let me look, and then explodes into the water beautifully. What a great spot. There's a phase of our eventing. Yes, absolutely brilliant. Ears up now for Premier Charlie on the uphill climb to the foreign equine ports. The A-part sets him up for this steep run up the hill to the first of the castle walls. Good in his jump, very good in his jump, and super over the corner coming away from the foreign equine. Yes, is Premier Charlie. Yes, out of a thoroughbred mare by the great Oscar by the great Sadler's Wells. Foundation standing for Coolmore, and what a brilliant win for Coolmore for Aidan O'Brien yesterday in the Epsom Derby, City of Troy.
So yes, I think they must be feeling a lot better last night. It was a wonderful win.
Oh, fantastic. Yet another Epsom Derby winner for Aidan O'Brien. Yes, he just has it all. Over the last and the home will be for this Puissance gelding. HSH has it all. Heather O'Connor's super round. Over 1 now, and over 2 comes Liberty Bell, lovely mare by Heritage Fortunas. The Hughes' lovely meter 60 horse, the sire Heritage Fortunas. Homebred of Penelope Guinness, and they're out on track. Well done, Heather O'Connor. Well done, HSH has it all. Foot perfect, never a foot out of place. Nicely done. Ninth, 19 Ballindens 4-star short last year. Second time out at 4-star. Second time out at the level for Liberty Bell. In good hands here with James O'Hare. Penelope Guinness then to the first water, but better again through that first water at 5. Touchdown out of a thoroughbred mare. The genetics of Premier Charlie to the viaduct wall now at 14. That has him coming our way. Yes, Hobbit House, beautiful house there in the bank line there. 15 for Premier Charlie, Janie Cairns. Liberty Bell. He sits up like a jockey. He trains a lot of racehorses, pre-trains as well, does James O'Hara. And thrilled to see his son Tig. Brilliant performance yesterday. 2 sons, Jack and Tig. Brilliant GA players and brilliant jockeys as well.
Very sporting family.
HHH has it all. Time recorded through those finishing flags of 6:28, 6.8 to add, giving them a provisional total of 50.1. Long-term leader of the Nations Cup individual standings, Andrew Barnett for Australia. They came with a serious squad, and leading here on Go Tosca made the time to score a leading score currently of 33 to top the leaderboard in this Conley Red Mills Nations Cup individuals. Liberty Bell, well out over the Connolly Red Mills line kills. Look at the way James drops his hands. He's up like a jockey as he does, and nice climb up the hill now to the very, very top there for Liberty Bell, homebred of Penelope Guinness. Look at the mare looking around her. She's lovely, taking it all in. Says, I've got it, I've got it. They take it and read up and disseminate information at 20 miles an hour coming into these fences. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And fantastic sport. Ears up throughout. From the moment going into the ring fort to the moment coming out, ears up all the way. There's a lovely picture there. Nicely done. Second time out at 4-star. Well done, Liberty Bell. Well done, James O'Hare. New starter out on track, Cape Crusader for Trish Ryan, for Carol and Tom Henry. This Nazar gelding, yes, bred by Barbara and Francis Hatton, by their lovely sire, Nazar. Yes, he's out on track, Cape Crusader. Coming out in their score, 39.6. Premier Charlie, yes, super touchdown over a thoroughbred mare. Nicely done, well done, super jumping all the way. Into the water, Cape Crusader. Masterful from Trish Ryan, and nicely done. Anytime that her name comes up on the screen there, I think a don't step back at the Olympics in Australia, Sydney Olympics.
Sydney Olympics, and taking out that stride in that water, it was just unbelievable. And he was a big horse, and this is a very big horse. I mean, he's
great rider.
17.2 plus. He's a really big boy.
Big boy. He'll cover the ground beautifully. He jumps well too, doesn't he? Super take at the Pat Lyons electrical there for the Cape Crusader and Trish Ryan. 14th of 54 in the 3-star here last year. Third time out at the level. Third time out at 4-star for Trish and the Cape Crusader. Uphill to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Mighty players, she and husband Mike, and mighty competitors. Both Olympians, of course. And nicely up over the Eventing Ireland Park question goes Trish, and Trish Ryan heads to the Silby Company shelter. He's coming to Silby shelter, but he was putting an eye on the Conley Red Mills. Now that's coming up. He says, whoa, what's that up there? He's been through it at the 3-star level, but this is much more technical coming in this time. Come on, Trish, come on, Cape Crusader. I know Carol and Tom Henry here, massive owners there, and huge benefactors to the Irish eventing scene. Well done, Tom and Carol Henry. Yes, owning Cape Crusader well through the Connolly Red Mills. Liberty Bell's travelling easy there for James O'Hare. Goresbridge Bird's Nest. Goresbridge go for gold at 16. Look at the way he just sits up and the mare carries him all the way. Lovely, rangy, scopy mare. Has to be because she got very tight to the first corner. Works a bit for the second. That's the first time we've seen James really get activated. And she's done it all easy. And now he says, ooh, just listen to me a moment. And she does. The response is immediate. Cape Crusader to the foreign equine. Nicely in, nicely in. Now what about this corner? Forward, yes, a lovely forward stride. She had that decided from the moment she was in the air over the second element of that ring fort. 5.56 away out of the start box goes New Ferry Jägermaster there for Steve Smith. Brilliant horse, Steve's here. Herbie Walker bred. This Lachlan Cashel bred, 13-year-old. Comes in a top 20 score, 36.2. Out of an OBOS mare. Herbie Walker, owner and breeder. Well done, Herbie. Love these owner breeders. 8th in the Ballindens 4-star short last year. Top 20 Blair 4-star. That was excellent there over in Scotland last year. God, I hope we don't lose Blair. It looks like it's we're losing it from the calendar, are we?
It's
Blair in Scotland.
Been there for generations at that event. It's very sad.
Yeah, I always associate with Ian Stark, of course, being Scottish, and he's been designing the track for years and years, and what a loss. But this horse finished top 20 there last year in the 4-star. Did New Ferry Jägermaster. Lovely grey horse, expressive horse, isn't he? Taking the safe route through the water goes James O'Hare and Liberty Bell. They should be through those finishing flags very shortly. Super round there for Liberty Bell. Nicely through the Eventing Ireland Park question. From the Lochlan Cashel bred, Herbie Walker owned and bred New Ferry Jägermaster. Our wingmost rider there last year, Steve Smith, of course. Powerful backing he has from his owner breeders as well. Isn't it fantastic? We'd be going nowhere without our owners, and to all our owners here at Millstreet, thank you for having your horses here. Through the Connolly Red Mills water goes New Ferry Jägermeister. And that's Trish Ryan looking very good on Cape Crusader. Only his third 4-star. Over the Gauze Bridge, Go for Gold, Bird's Nest, and now to these very imposing corners. Good over the A part. Straight to the die. This horse has been well prepared, and of course he has, from Trish Ryan and Locker and Cashel bred New Ferry Jägermeister on their way up to the Ringford. Steve, very positive, always forward. Yes, that's super through. You know what, when he walked the track, I bet that's what he hoped he was going to get coming through. He said, we're going to be very positive here. Ooh, absolutely sailed on through. Coming away from just looking at the carriage of the horse, he was buzzed from that, wasn't he? He said, whoa, and he put him very much not on the forehand, but on the forward motion. And when Steve asked him to come back a little bit, he said, no, we're going. I love it, isn't it? They get such a kick. Well, it's adrenaline as well, horse and rider working together. Fabulous to see. Patrick Whelan, so impressive on Altido. First horse to make the time in the Nations Cup team event. Yes, comes out on his next horse, Piltown OBOS. Yes, another very smart OBOS out of a Cult Hero mare. Mare to the first water. Trish Ryan to the last water. Skirts the outside of it and wastes no time whatever. Here's up now to the second last. This lovely horseshoe. He jumped through the horseshoe here. And does it well. They'll be home by now. Cape Crusader, well done, Trish. Third time out at 4-star, excellent. Piltown OBOS, very impressive at Kilkee last year. 8th in the 4-star there. 83 points to date as Patrick Whelan coming into view on this lovely Strathcona Clip My Horse coverage. Very attractive horses again. He was on a rest list for a while. It's great to have him back to that OBOS, and he's looking very good here again. Heads up to the Pat Lyons Electrical. Lovely imposing maximum dimensions table here.
Both the Relish table and the Pat Lyons Electrical have been riding very, very well, jumping very well.
Has to rebalance there, this New Ferry Jägermeister. Steve very quickly to put him back on the back end to these double corners. Yeah, that's good. Well done, Steve. Yes, he had some work to do coming down off of the Gauze Bridge, Go for Gold, Byrne's Nest, and helps get the horse rebalanced and refocused, and does it beautifully. Piltown OBOS out of a Cult Hero mare. Brilliant thoroughbred. You stand down there in Wexford. Sorry, the great day, my hero. From William Fox, played winning Rolex, 5-star in his time. Cult Hero, sorry, the damn hero. OBOS, quality on the top line. Piltown OBOS heads to the far neck wine. Win for. No, to Connolly Red Mills. Ready, not quite there yet. Super take coming on through though. Patrick Whelan, Ian Cassels sharing the team positions there to win the Nations Cup here at Millstreet. Isn't it fabulous, Claire?
Just shows you our new, well, they're not that young, but they're our new ones coming forward, and it's very exciting.
There are Irish teams going forward, and to see him on a Nations Cup winning team, fantastic. Taking the slightly longer route is New Ferry Jägermeister through that last water, nicely through, and heads for that lovely horseshoe, 2 from home. Piltown OBOS, the far equine in, far equine out, excellent. New starter coming out on track is Cascorson Z for Helen Bates. They're away. This Cascar out of a contender mare. Love to see contender in a pedigree here. We have it as a dam sire. 37.8 is for Helen Bates and Cascorson Z. 8th Millstreet 3-star long back in 22, and 2nd Cornbury 3-star short. So going up to a level here to the 4-star is Cascorson Z, and Helen Bates there away. Barry's Tea Oxer. I'm going to have some Barry's Tea very shortly. Barry's Tea Oxer.
Have it every morning or at lunchtime.
Great sponsors here, Barry's Tea. And Charles's Flower Box at 2 behind him now. Ballyblue Relish Picnic Table at 3. Sean Lowry, our Australian commentator last year, loves the Barry's Tea, loves the Ballyblue Relish. Gosh, we enjoyed his company last year.
I'm sorry he's not here this year too, Chris. He's such a great character.
He'll be tuned in, no doubt. And his great friend Kenya Wilson, super round in the Nations Cup for New Zealand, for Australia earlier today. Now we're watching a very good start made by Cascorson Z. They're over the water, over the Pat Lyons Electrical. To the Hobbit House comes Piltown OBOS. OBOS take one of Suzanne Hagan's and this Piltown OBOS. They are very, very good looking OBOS qualities, aren't they?
Yeah, super, Chris. And, you know, today it's really showing this next new grade going up through, and it's very exciting.
Cascorson Z came up through the Eventing Island Park whistle very nicely. The Sibley Company Shelter comes up next. Steve Smith, what a round there from New Ferry Jägermeister. A couple of green moments in it, but my goodness, that time was good. 6:13, 2 seconds over the time only for Jägermeister. Very nicely done, Steve. Yeah, 37 your mark, 37 even, super mark. Puts you up into about current 6th spot or so. No Tosca still holding on to that lead. 33, that individual position. Ian Cassels, Miller Dathos on a 35.2 for Ireland in 2nd. Cascorson Z, Helen Bates for GB for Great Britain. Heads up the hill to the foreign equine. Ring Fort, yes, I think that's where we are. Thank you, Swat-Coney. You've got brilliant footage there. Swat-Coney coming in for Clip My Horse here. 4 cameras out on track and beautiful camera shots coming through the foreign equine on a very forward take from Helen Bates. Nicely done, Cascorson Z. Piltown OBOS and Patrick Whelan coming home. Yes, bit medium barrels, now to the water. Motoring home. I love to see
very,
a horse
very
finishing.
quick.
And a horse that can pull that out, that pace coming home. He just lengthened his stride. He's eating it up coming home. Patrick has a great feel of this track. Home in the Nations Cup teams, Altido, first horse to make the time. What do you reckon Piltown OBOS? He won't be far off it, will he?
He won't, and actually I would probably, if I was jumping, I would have gone round like the others. Maybe it is a bit longer, but he took really straight route through that Shamrock Water just now.
Mighty jockey, mighty combination. Well done, Piltown OBOS. Hope through those finishing flags goes Patrick Whelan for Ireland. Next out on track will be Quigenti, ready for the start box. Have a good one, the Quigenti. Have a good one, Lucas Stubbington. Can't wait for you around. Cascorson has the track to himself at the moment to the Hobbit House at 15. Hobbit House for Cascorson Z. Yes, to the Goresbridge Go for Gold. Then next, climbing up the hill now to this lovely Goresbridge Go for Gold. Lovely to have Goresbridge Go for Gold. And of course, Connolly Red Mills are sponsors. Goresbridge Sales and Go for Gold and Connolly Red Mills, they're probably 40 yards from each other in a lovely sleepy village called Goresbridge, isn't it? Beautiful.
It is, Chris, and it's just out the big gates and straight across, and then they're into the complex of the big buildings of Red Mills and Connolly's.
And both sponsoring here. Well done, Connolly Red Mills. Brilliant to have you here as our title sponsors. And getting great shots here of Cascorson and Helen Bates super through the Go for Gold Bird's Nest. Now those big corners behind him. Downhill, ears up here. I see the horse looking now at the Nolan C. Duggan hardware train. Comes up for them at 18. Lovely big striding horse this again by Casker's head. Strathcona with these lovely slow motion shots. There's nothing like these slow motion shots, isn't it? Beautiful take through. You see the concentration from horse and rider. Nailed it. They were thinking 100% about their fences. Nothing else mattered at that moment. Lovely, lovely camera shots there from Strathcona. Down the hill they have the, what do they have? Yes, no, see Hardwood, Duggan train behind. Bit medium barrels to the Shamrock Water now for this lovely Cascorson Z. Forward to the bookcase now. What about this turning? Yes, always going to be a little bit fast coming through. It comes up yet thick and fast to that last water combination. And what's a little stumble in the water has to get organised very, very quickly. Now hits the second last. Lucas Dubbington, Quick Genty, love this horse here. Pure thoroughbred by September Storm. And he's out on track, Quick Genty for Ireland. Lucas Dubbington out on track. They came in a score 39.7. Fifth out of 42 in the 3-star here back in 22. One Tyrrell Meter 15 Open there this May. Top form coming in, this lovely thoroughbred. They go like smoke, Quidgenti, don't they? I love to watch this. The Sire September Storm now up in Derry Renan stud up in County Mayo. Own brother to Shalikoff, I think he is, and taking the long route here, Quidgenti. He's okay, super at the Swan. She's going to make up that time. This horse pure blood, pure thoroughbred. Cascorson and Zed and Helen Bates home. Loved you around, Helen Bates. Yes, super round. From the flag fall. Foot perfect at every fence. We see, love that concentrated. A picture coming through the corners there. Helen Bates, yeah. Home at Cascorson, Zed. Quidgenti has the track to themselves. Heads to the Eventing Island Park question at 7. So loose horse, Quidgenti galloping back towards the water, just eyes up everybody out on track. Loose horse coming back towards the water, that first water. Looking at the leaderboard from Rexensdale Live scoring. Go Tosca, Andrew Barnett, long-term leader here on that super score 33. They made that time, that 6:11 time, bang on the button. Super riding, super round from Andrew Barnett and Go Tosca on a 33. In second place currently for Ireland, Ian Cassels, Milleridge Athos on a 35.2. Well done, Luca up on feet very quickly. Horse hit the first rail coming in and parted company there. Thank you for catching the horse, Quidgenti. Very, very smart horse out, Quidgenti. They'll have another day. Well done, Luca. Yes, event riders made of iron, Claire, aren't they? They're up and they're down, you know. And we saw Flora Harris, brilliant round there in the morning, and then parting company in the afternoon. It's the game. That is the game.
It is the game, and of course her mother was a great event rider as well, Georgie Stubbington, and. Yeah, she walked away, so all good. So hopefully for another day.
Absolutely, yes. And next out of the start box will be a pure trendsetter. Next to go, Ellie Fredericks. Owned by Lucinda Fredericks, Elizabeth Hills, and Liz Hills often in control position. In the finish box. Oh, well done, excellent. Well done, Liz. Yes, you'll be watching this lovely horse of Ellie's coming out now. Pure trendsetter by Future Trend. At a touch base. And I bet you it's a touchdown dam, you know, surely is. 34.2, their mark coming in. Nicely in contact there with the leading scores. Yes, 11th out of a very big field of 54 here. Pure trendsetter by Future Trend. Ready for the starter.
I remember Ellie here before. She's certainly ridden here at Millstreet. And great to see that yet again. And the mother, Lucinda Fredericks Murray,
Yes.
well known. So it just, it's lovely to see the tradition of eventing is being carried on family lines.
Lucinda and Headley Britannia, that's the first horse that comes to mind. I mean, they won everything, every 5-star, didn't they? With the
unbelievable,
mare.
unbelievable.
She was a jumbo mare, wasn't she, by the great Jumbo?
She was marvellous. And of course, she's breeding too now.
She is too, and look forward to seeing her get coming through. Yes, looking at the form for Ellie Fredericks is pure trendsetter. Good fifth in the Aston Lawals, 8 and 9-year-olds there last year. And I get the pleasure of going to Aston Lawals again. Nigel Taylor's lovely venue there in July for the International, and I can't wait for it there. They have a great track there.
They have unbelievable entries. When I met him at Badminton, he was saying 1,500 entered for last week. I mean, he's really at the forefront of building and producing events. Now we're back on board again.
2 weeks later, they have a massive national event as well, where they'll have a full day of advanced horses. There's no other country in the world can put a full card of advanced horses on.
Well, I suppose England is the mecca of eventing.
Over 1, over 2, young Ellie Fredericks and this lovely future trend mare, 9-year-old, yes, heads to 2, the Charles's Flower Box, beautifully dressed flower box at 2.
Absolutely super, and they get, there's usually a really good jump out over the Ballymaloe Relish table too, so then fixed up for this first water.
Pure trendsetter by future trend, yes, to the Shamrock Water. Nicely done, nice turn back as well. She's quite short couple, this mare, isn't she? And very quick on the turn back. Nicely done. I bet it's out of a touchdown mare. Well, I just from the name Touch Base, so it's
well, you presume
possibly.
It would be. I think you're probably correct, Chris.
There's plenty of jump there, no doubt. And heads up the hill now to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Francis Mangan, our breeder here. Great to have our breeders mentioned in our programs every time. And well done, Francis Mangan. You put a proper mare on the ground here. Pure trendsetter up the hill to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Oh, that's super through. Absolutely foot perfect on their way through for Ellie Fredericks. Future trend, yes, going back to some top Self-Francais lines. And the Irish Sport House Studbook, we know, leading the world rankings for 24 of the last 27 years. So important. The Self-Francais book is getting closer and closer to us as well. Top horses as well. And in an Olympic year, look at what the French teams have done. They come in under the radar a little bit, and next thing, they pounce when it comes to Olympic Games.
And it's certainly the breeding came up. There's FS everywhere.
Self-Francais, my goodness. Ellie Fredericks, yeah, lovely shot through the Connolly Red Mills water over that big frame brush and on the uphill climb. For an equine, Ringford, top of the hill, await. Another rider from New Zealand, Holly Swain, coming out to this 4-Star Nations Cup track. Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond we welcome out on track on a 37 score for the Hendricks Syndicate. This 10-year-old Irish sport horse up and away for New Zealand. Fifth Osborne and 3-star long, having just a third 4-star start. So interesting to see here from Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond. Yes, fourth. Yeah, at their fourth 4-star start, they're getting there. They're getting to be really established. They should be.
And I think today, with the going and the whole ambience of Millstreet, that they're getting a very good feel for this 4-star.
By the Irish draft, Gentle Diamond, and going back to the great King of Diamonds himself, a grandson of the great King of Diamonds, and isn't it great? It's an Irish draft. There's so much thoroughbred blood already in the Irish draft. People forget about it. The Irish draft, 64% aligned in genetics to the thoroughbred. I mean, they are very closely related. Way more blood in the Irish draft than people reckon, and Gentle Diamond is carrying plenty of blood here for this Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond. Heads to 8. Pure trendsetter. Ellie Fredericks should be up as far as the viaduct wall at 14. Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond. Yes, a lovely shot over this big Sylvie Company shelter. Eddie Meehan, our breeder here, all Irish bred here. Nicely through. And just going further about that Irish draft, Claire, to our live stream viewers, if you like, the that Irish horse, native Irish horse, the Irish Draft, coming out from the hobby horse, and they were a light work horse, but they were very, very athletic. And when those 3 Eastern Arab horses came through to the UK and covered those Irish hobby horse mares, they were the foundation of the thoroughbred. Yes, so that explains that 64% alignment there of the Irish Draft to the thoroughbred. The thoroughbred came, if you like, from the Irish hobby horse on the dam side. Interesting here, Gentle Diamond, pure Irish Draft. He doesn't look like pure Irish Draft, does he? No, he carries lots of thoroughbred blood in his veins. Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond, impressive over the corner. Well, pure trendsetter, going to pick up an issue there. A 20 at the first of the big corners. They come down the hill from that Go for Bird's Nest and on a strong downhill run, and they got to rebalance and just lost it there at the A part of the first corner there for pure trendsetter.
Listen.
Super start for Superflex. Sambo Superflex is flexible mare for Ian Cassels. For Francis Corkery's lovely Shambo stud, lovely traditional bred Shambo Superflex, already an international winner at 3-star level, up to 4-star here. Hence the Eventing Island Park question. At these technical fences, it's very difficult once they have an issue, and a bit more schooling will come the way of pure trendsetter. Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond, yes, Benedict Wall at 14 for them. Shambo Superflex, pick her up, yes, to the Eventing Island Park question. In, out, beautifully. I love this flexible mare. Flexible, one of the best show jumping horses off of the great Cruising. And cruising out of a thoroughbred mare by Safari was flexible. Won World Cups, won heaps of stuff there in the USA. And now a fantastic sire to have on the top line of Shambo Superflex. She's traditional bred, and Francis Corkery from Shambo Stud received a lovely picture there from the Traditional Irish Horse Association for the breeding of this Shambo Superflex. Yeah, very proud of her, this mare. Superflex by the great Flexible. Lovely technique over the big corner, coming away from the foreign equine, 11A and B.
Ian's third round today.
Busy man, Ian. And all at the top level at 4-star, isn't it fantastic? He's on his way to Le Mullen very shortly then with Master Point for the 5-star there for Bridget McGing. One of the best young horses we saw yesterday has got to be Inquisitor for Ian Cassels and Bridget McGing.
I was absolutely blown away with him yesterday. I thought he was absolutely super.
Yes.
Lovely horse. So well done, Bridget, for breeding him.
Yes.
And still owning him.
Can't wait to see the end result for Inquisitor. Clear 1, clear 2 goes Pharaoh Imp for Kevin McNabb for Team Australia. Yes, it is Pharaoh Imp by Carnival Imp, Carnival Night and the Great Master Imp combined in the sire. 5:41 out on track. Comes in on a score of 35. Sophia Van Malke and Emma McNabb, Kevin's better half, yes, co-owning with Sophia, and they're great long-standing owners there for Kevin McNabb. Pharaoh Imp out as far as the first water and through, excellent. 54 points, they finished 4th in the Kilkenny 3-star there last year, and a good 5th in the Aston Lawals Intermediate last time up there for Pharaoh Imp. Well done, Ballycaskerry Regal Diamond by the lovely Irish Trot. Gentle Diamond, loved you around Holly Swain. That was absolutely super. And we'll get a score, time score, as soon as it can show. Kevin McNabb, top jockey from Australia. I mean, he'd most probably be on the Australian Olympic squad, you'd imagine. And he is a frequent visitor here to Ireland. We're watching Shambo Superflex. Francis Corkery's lovely homebred, yeah, beautifully through at the big double of corners. And Pharaoh in for Kevin McNabb. He's won everything he owned in this side of the East, cleaned them over in Ireland, and he loves his visits here. We saw young Robbie Cairns excellent there in the Nations Cup. Cairns was part of Kevin's team at home there for a couple of years, wasn't he?
What a wonderful schooling place to be. So Kevin McNabb's helped many of the students through. He's been based in England for a long time.
Well done to our ground repair crew here. Very quickly over to the corners and to all the fences here, keeping an eye on the takeoffs and landings, and they're on top of everything here. Top management here from Millstreet. Barrow Imp to the foreign equine. Ringford, what a spectacular feature fence this is. Into the fences, out and out to the big corner. Nicely done from Barrow Imp. Imp coming from the dam sire, Master Imp, the great Master Imp from Sligo Stud. Yes, Master Imp, the dam sire of Barrow Imp. Superflex to the last water. He has to work a little bit on the brush coming out. Just dwelt a little bit in the water. Straightened up for the flags nicely and heads to the second last. And now, well done, this flexible bread. Triple Superflex. Well done, Ian Cassels. Another super round here in the 4-star. New starter out on track 516 there for Ringford Rev de Moulin. Andrew Downs comes out on the track. This 9-year-old by Glasgow and Merrill's Nest, out of an elegant Fontaine mare, pure Self-Francais breeding on the dam side. Diane Harron-Eakin bred this Ringford Rev de Moulin. th month of Liberty, 4-star long there last year. Best form I could find for Ringford Rev de Moulin. So Andrew Downs. Top 10 coming in here at 34.2, a 33.0 leads the leaderboard. Yes, Andrew Burnett, and every opportunity now for Andrew Downs to go right in behind him into second spot with a good round here, if he can make the clock. Ringford Rev de Moulin, well out over the pad lines, electrical. Barrow Imp, well through the Hobbit House, should be coming down to the Goresbridge Bird's Nest shortly. Coming to the double corners. Look at the way Kevin puts his eye on the corners. He never takes his eye off the line. All the way down the hill, he was setting up for this line. Masterful ride there from Kevin. That's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely superb. And you know what? You never saw him down changing his gears at all. He just sits up and the horse is coming back underneath him. Nicely through the Bending Island Park question goes Ringford Rev de Moulin. Like the way this horse is carrying his jockey all the way up now to the Conley Red Mills. Feature fence here from our title sponsors. Be very careful here, Ringford de Moulin. The slow approach on the uphill climb was to allow the horse to read it, and then get serious. And Andrew Downs knows what he's sitting on here, this 9-year-old. Yes, and well through that Conley Red Mills. Line kills. Barrow Imp. Kevin McNabb lining up the last combination here, the Shamrock Water coming home. Taking the brave man's route down the slope into the water. Easy up to the offset brush. And now to the last two fences. Fast time there for Shamrock Superflex, 6:16. And only 2 penalty points to add to Shamrock Superflex, 48.8 finishing score for Ian Cassels. But what a round from Holly Swain. Holly Swain and Boskelly Regal Diamond by the Irish draft horse Gentle Diamond makes the time 6:11. That grey with the Irish draft in on top line making the 6:11 time for New Zealand. Brilliant. We talked about that thoroughbred blood in the Irish draft, and there's the proof, if you like, and I love it. Reza Katajima coming out on track for Japan. Top 4 position coming in, 31.6, very competitive score on Frozen Newwood for the Riding Club Crane Company Limited. They're away over the first water for Japan. 8th Blair 4-star long last year, and 3rd in the 3-star here. 15th Poe 5-star. He's been up to 5-star, this fella, Frozen Newwood, and they're away nicely to that first water combination. Frozen Newwood at Japan. Great to have Ryosa here. Yes, to the Eventing Island Park question, they come. To the Hobbit House comes Ringford Red and Whelan. Out of a Cell Francais dam line here from Haranican Farms, our breeder. They mean business, don't they? In the top 4 position coming in individually, yes, for Japan. Where's the Kanejima? Lining up now the Conley Red Mills line codes. He's a 5-star horse going back to 4-star. He has that so accurate coming into the water.
It's what I call economical over the fences. He's absolutely very...
It's what you need, isn't it? Ringford Red de Moulin, just a little bit green on the way back for Andrew Downs to make a good line in for these double of corners. Just took a bit of time to come back underneath him. Little flat over the bebop, but he's through, and that's what it really counts. And to the foreign equine Ringford goes Frozen Newwood and Ryosa Katajima. It'd be like sitting in the best sports car you ever sat on, all fine-tuned, and you just sit and enjoy the ride, isn't it?
Good way of putting it, Chris.
Frozen, he makes it look easy, and he just sits very quietly on the horse, and the horse is on a great understanding with him. Nicely done over the Coathouse Distillery as well. It's a lovely round to watch. He loves the lovely light in his saddle sitting up on him, and it's a lovely picture. Elizabeth Ryan produced Ballycoskerry Diamond, Regal Diamond, so well done, Liz Ryan. You'll be watching, hopefully. Awesome. Makes the time by the Irish Drop, Gentle Diamond. Excellent. He needed to change onto his inside lead here. Just swinging out a little bit into that last combination. Andrew Downs is 9-year-old. You brave horse to answer the calls. Sometimes losing that little balance. He's a 9-year-old up to 4-star. And just compare that picture to Frozen Newwood. And of course, this horse has been to the very, very top, and he looks very good here for Japan. Out on track. Cooley Kildare for Alexa Gartenberg. They are up and running for USA. Great to have the USA here in strength. 45.1 their mark coming in by Heritage Fortunas out of a lovely Hughes dam line as well. Hughes on the top line, Hughes on the dam line here through Clover Echo. Thomas Hughes bred Alexa Gartenberg in the saddle here for USA over the first water. Kevin McNabb, wow, what a score there, a time score for Faro, out of a master rimp dam. Lovely Irish breeding, of course, yes, and Kevin McNabb, yes, 6:03. Kevin McNabb, masterful. That was a brilliant round, fastest of the day so far. And always traveling easy. She's so light on her feet, aren't they, Faro Imp? And excellent. 35 their mark, so that puts her into current second spot for those in the clubhouse. Always competitive, isn't he, for sure, Kevin McNabb. Cooley Kildare, winner of the Bromont 2-star back in 22. 18th Montalib Ready 4-star short last year. Fourth time out of 4-star. Those are the stats for Cooley Kildare, the Heritage Fortunas horse coming up the Eventing Island Park Western. Better than that to the Conley Red Mills water. Meter 60 horse, the Sarv, Heritage Fortunas. The Hugheses, they're the foundation stones of the breeding and riding Kilkenny. Mikey Penner, of course, riding for the powerful Hughes yard. And they are serious players, aren't they?
The Hugheses always show jumping at an incredible level. And between Mari and then all the family and the children are all riding now and going up the grades.
Fantastic, and out of a HHS mare, HHS Cloudo is this Heritage Fortunas bred Cooley Kildare. Looks good up to the foreign equine Ford. Frozen Newwood, one of the most complete performances we've seen of the day. I love this horse, Newwood by Quelly Elvis, yes, for Japan. Ryosa Katajima lines up the last water fence. Cooley Kildare to the foreign equine Ringford. Well then, Frozen Newwood nicely to those finishing flags. I think we're going to see another good strong time as well for Japan. So Cooley Kildare has the track to himself and heads down to Ruby's rolling brushes at 13.813B. Nice offset brushes for them. Opens up a good gallop coming down through now. Suddenly opening up a very good long stride, covering the ground very smartly, this Cooley Kildare. Ears up, there must be a fence coming up. Look at those ears come up. Ooh, hang on a second, better look here. And you better had, hadn't you? Cooley Kildare coming in. Viaduct wall behind him there now, heads down the hill to the Hobbit House at 14. I bet there's many a Hobbit in there as well. Isn't it beautiful? That Hobbit.
And we're seeing the back of the Hobbit, but actually the front, yeah, we're seeing the front of the Hobbit. It's beautifully done. It really is a Hobbit house.
But there's artistry in every fence here, isn't it? The wood sculpture here is unbelievable. And every fence is just remarkable. And individual as well, isn't it? Beautiful. And Cooley Kildare, super up the Hobbit House now. Scott's getting serious again. The Goresbridge Go for Gold brush comes up now for Cooley Kildare. Many good Cooley horse came out of the Go for Gold sale as well.
Yes, Richard and Georgina and their team, they have a huge amount of coolies out there around the world.
We have a new leader. We have a new leader on the leaderboard in this Connolly Red Mills Nations Cup. Yes, for Japan. Ryoza Kinijima came in 4th spot. Takes the lead now at 31.6. A time of 6:09. Beautifully judged. 2 seconds under the optimum time for Japan. Angela Tucker, she'll be smiling, won't she? Absolutely.
And he's a very economical jumper, so he wasn't missing a beat anywhere around that track.
Cooley Kildare gets a good shot at the Nosey Duggan train, and on the downhill run there now to the Bit Media barrels. Bit Media looking after all their photographs. Make sure you check on the Bit Media website to get all the photographs from the action here. Millstreet Green Glens, fantastic action photographs. 6 photographers out on track there for Bit Media. And we're watching Cooley Kildare coming down to the Shamrock Water. Frozen Newwood, yes, enjoy the lead on 31.6. Not far before we'll have Chris Burton coming out on Shadow Man on that 25.7. Led from the outset with a fantastic dressage test. Sits on that score, 25.7. Still to come out. Still to come out. Yes, Caroline Powell, Legally Grey. They'll be next out of the start box. And Kevin McNabb still in 2nd spot on Scuderia Best Friend. Still to come. Over 1, now Legally Grey for Caroline Powell, our badminton winner, Caroline Powell, New Zealand here. Yes, by Munther, Urban horse on the top line. Ricardo Zed, the sire of the dam. Fiona Lambert, Nicholas Lambert owning Legally Grey. Declan Daly, our breeder, heads to 3. Cooley Kildare through those finishing flags. Loved you around Cooley Kildare, nicely done. Alex Gartenberg through those finishing flags. Legally Grey, 3rd in the Valentine's 3-star long last year. 3rd time out at 4-star. That puts you in the picture. 3rd time out at 4-star. They just established themselves at this level, don't they? This lovely Grey, Legally Grey. 3rd time out at 4-star. And we see his reactions to these big combinations. He'll learn plenty here at Millstreet International on Mikey S.'s lovely 4-star course.
He's associated with Lenamore.
The great Lenamore, Irish bred.
Smaller grey than this one. Yes, brilliant little horse.
By Seacrest out of a thoroughbred mare. Ted Walsh, the great racing pundit and trainer, had the dam, you know, of Lenamore. But isn't it great to see Caroline winning badminton now, and won Burley on the great Lenamore.
A magical badminton. I'm so thrilled for her.
You were there, Claire, weren't you? And so impressed with
you couldn't have written the script for that event. It was fantastic. Very, very exciting.
Say she's still floating on air. She should be, Caroline. Oh, now we can't let go to water. Legally Grey, 3rd time out of 4-star. Just lands a little bit 4 square. That shows a little bit of greenness still. And unfortunately, looking at that top of the leaderboard, Frozen Newwood, yes, 31.6, super time, 6:09 from Ryoza Kinijima. In 2nd spot on a 33 score, long-term early leader, Andrew Barnett, Go Tosca. on 6:11 score. Bang on the time. Kevin McNabb Barrow in on the 35. And as far as I know, Kevin's got his second horse still to come. Scuderia, a best friend, in second spot on the 30 mark. Great to see Caroline up on her feet very, very quickly. Part of company on Legally Grey coming out from that water. Possibly a loose horse up here above the Limekiln water. Make sure if you're on foot, keep your eyes open and just have a check and to see where this Legally Grey is. Cooley Now or Never comes out of the start box. Another Cooley horse here. Yes, an Ars Vivendi Cooley horse there for Georgina Herring. They're away. Thomas Lynch bred this Ars Vivendi out of a cruising dam. Yes, another out of a cruising dam. Lovely to see it. 39.1 their score coming out for Cooley Now or Never.
She's over the first water jump through the complex.
Sixth model already 3-star long. First time out of 4-star, this Cooley Now or Never. So another horse now having his first start at 4-star, just like a Romanum JJ earlier, and that was very good, an excellent one. Let's say, hope we get the same now for Cooley Now or Never. They've been stopped out on track until they have safely caught Legally Grey. So Cooley Now or Never being held out on track there, and they'll get restarted as soon as we can. Claire, I'm going back to the top of the leaderboard. Frozen Newwood. Oh my goodness, well done, Stracconi. Look at his swan taking part.
Lovely. Well, before we had a whole lot of cygnets a couple of years ago. Mummy swam with all her cygnets. It was lovely.
Well, I think we're
going
on her,
well.
From the look of her, we're on her turf here. And
we are.
She says, what are you doing on my turf?
She's got lots of nice ponds to go in on the bottom end of this track. So
there she is.
Yeah.
Well done, Stracconi. I love it. Yes. I wonder what's going on
for swans,
here.
is it a male or a female?
Somebody going out to investigate, and yes, lots of wildlife here at Millstreet.
Well,
yes, yeah, human and equine, and
all in between.
Birds as well. So Cooley Now or Never being held there, down by the Pat Lyons electrical hayride was fine, and we're just waiting for the horse to be caught. Great to see Caroline on her feet very, very quickly, and she's fine.
So Christopher Burton's the one that he's meant to be counting down fairly soon, and he's the one that's in the first place before this cross country. So his score of 25.7.
Listen, there was a great discussion there from the on the Equi Ratings podcast there the other day on the Millstreet preview, and there was a long chat there from Dierm and from Nicole and Sam Watson about Chris Burton. Great to see him back. I mean, he's gone show jumping for the last couple of years, comes back into an Olympic era with a serious horse here. Saw him on the walking the track there this morning, Chris Burton, and I said, great to be back. And he says, wow, fantastic to be back. He loves this.
So glad. I mean, he's been so much part of, well, between England and Ireland, having eventing. Of course, he's been Olympic riders as well, but it's been lovely to see him back. Yeah.
Bronze medal winning rider, yes, in the Olympics on Santana, and a brilliant jockey, and we can't wait to see him back, and he'll be coming out soon enough on this lovely Shadow Man. But we have now Cooley Now or Never, Georgina Hurling, getting off us to go again. Ars Vivendi out of a cruising mare. I know Cooley loved the cruising dam lines as well, yes, and here's another cruising dam line on a Cooley horse. Yes, coming up now to the Eventing Island Park question. Nicely through, very nicely through. First time out of 4-star, and the next question, or the next real question coming up from our sponsors, friends, the Connolly Red Mills Line Kilns for Cooley Now or Never.
Thank you.
He's already looking up to the Lime Kilns area. First of all, the Sylvie Company Hill Shelter. And now she's very quick back. He's very quick back to look and say, what is happening up the top of the hill here? The Conley Red Mills. Big brush frame to come in. Not a bother.
Not a bother.
And I love it. And they just never lost any revs, never lost any engagement coming through. Beautiful shot through for Cooley, now or never. Yes, he's a 12, and he's got some maturity. And Ars Vivendi, you know, Ballymarine Studs, Ars Vivendi, Ahorn-bred horse, yes, stood alongside Harlequin de Corral there in Ballymarine Stud there for many a year. You mentioned Shane Breen would have started him off as well. Yeah.
Yes, Shane has done so well since he's left Ireland, and he did well when in Ireland, so we admire his actual, where he is now in very much into the breeding line of his show jumpers as well.
We welcome out on track Shadow Man, our leader here. What a brilliant score. They're sitting on their dressage score of 25.7. 517 points today. Won the Cathal AI last time out with Chris Amord. And a brilliant, he won there then in Stragon the same day, of course, with a Clever Louis. But a special man on a special horse and with a special mission. And I tell you, all the sights are pointing towards Paris here with Shadow Man. We wish you well. Christopher Burden heads up to the Shamrock Water here at Millstreet International at 5. Pat Lyons Electrical. You see the balance, the whole picture. I saw him warming up there for his dressage test the other day, and just he fills the eye. Everything is in his place. Uphill, beautiful balance, beautiful engagement, and you won't see him moving the plate. It's just seamless.
Top
Shadow
class
Man to the Eventing Ireland hot question. Sylvian Company shelter here now for our leader here coming into cross-country phase, last phase here for these 4-Star Nations Cup horses. Lands well. I associate this horse always, of course, with Ben Hobday. Gosh, he's done some job producing them early days, Ben. And now Chris got over the ride there on Shadow Man to the Conley Red Mills Lime Kilns. Super through. Very efficient, as you say. No, these horses established at the level, they've learned to rate their jump, haven't they? The youngsters at the level can overjump a little bit, as they tend to do. They've got to learn to rate their jump. This horse, the complete picture. Fraser Newwood, our current leader, may not be in the lead in 5 minutes' time, but I tell you what, it was the same thing. Efficient, easy. Economically, absolutely clear. To the foreign equine, our leader, Shadow Man. Beautifully through. Like silk, you say, Claire. It's beautiful, isn't it? A little bit of extra leg pressure, lengthens the stride coming in, attacking a big, strong, open corner. Goes Shadow Man.
We're in a very privileged place watching all these top riders now this last few hours, to be honest, Chris. I mean, They are superb. World-class riders.
Well, that's because Millstreet is here, and well done Elsie Duggan, well done Thomas and Emma Hickey, and to your big team here. Fantastic. You have attracted the world's best, and none better than Chris Burton, and we just can't take our eyes off him. Yes, to the Coach House Distillery at 12, our leader. And we welcome out on track for Ireland. Lexi Kilfeather on Lord of the Morning coming out on their score 40.7. Sandra Hitt out of a lovely thoroughbred mare by the great LaFontaine. Kate Jarvie bred. Brina Kilfeather owns and Lexi, of course, in the plate. She's away over 1-2 and heads to the Ballymaloo Relish at 3. Third in the national championships there last year. And a good second is Garvin 3-star short last year for Lexi Kilfeather. A little bit green there through the air over the first water. He's okay. Well related half to Beatty Angelo, Bridget and Camilla Spears' lovely horse is Lord of the Morning. And Kate Jarvie, a breeder bred with Colorado Blue. Yes, brilliant horse for Ireland. The 5-star winner there, Fairhill last year. And hopefully we'll see him on the Paris ticket, of course. Bred by Kate Jarvie. This horse bred by Kate Jarvie there down in County Cork. Shadow Man looking good here on the downhill run over the Go for Gold. Bird's Nest for our leader, Shadow Man, and Chris Burton for Australia to the double corners. Wow. You know what? He's in pole position here. He can be so competitive in the Olympics as well, can't he? Just brilliant. In Australia, a brilliant Olympic record, of course, Team Australia. And they're going to be strong here again. There's no doubt that Kevin McNabb and Chris Burton are going to feature on that Paris team, I think. Super of the nose he dug in train. Strong ride in for Lord of the Morning through that Venting Island Park question. Was looking to back off, and Lexi says, no, you got to attack it on the one stride distance. And now to the interspace there over the Silby and Company shelter for Lexi Kilfetter. We welcome out from the USA. Molly Duda comes out on the Donatelli bred Disco Traveller. They're away. They come out on a score of 37.8. 1, 2, 3 stars last year. Third time at 4 stars. Second Galway down 4 star to the great Mobile. That's brilliant form there. Coming all the way from California, Molly Duda. We welcome you here to sunny Millstreet. Second Galway Downs to Mobile. Mobile, the Kentucky 5-star winner of last year. Top form, yeah, for Disco Traveller. Mixing it with the best. Well, you're mixing it with the best here as well. Why, Shadow Man coming home there for
just
Chris
heading
Burton.
for the last, actually. He's through the second last, the
To the
horseshoe.
last, there you go. And Disco Traveller, yes, to the Shamrock Water and through. Well, and Chris Burton home on Shadow Man. Came in on the lead. All important time to show now for Chris. He didn't look to be going over fast, but the good ones never look to be travelling fast. So we'll get a time as soon as we can for Chris Burton. Here's Kajima, our current leader on a 31.6, but 25.7 with a lot of room to play is Chris Burton. And the time comes in, an incredible time. 6:06. Fantastic. Where in awe of Chris Burton.
It was poetry in motion watching him around the country, I must say. Look at the time, 6:06.
My goodness, second fastest time of the day. And but in pole position coming in, our provisional winner, Chris Burton for Australia. Shadow Man heading to Paris, no doubt. Now, Molly Duda looking good here. Yes, coming up now on Disco Traveller. Nicely into Conley Red Mills water from our title sponsors. Foreign Equine Ringfort now for Disco Traveller. Second to Mobile. What a great horse for American Mobile. And yes, I don't know if you saw him winning the 5-star there, Kentucky 5-star last year, not this year, but last year. Mobile, brilliant horse. Disco Traveller, Molly now coming to this Foreign Equine Ringfort in and out. Just was a little bit on the takeoff there coming out. Goes for a stride in. Always going to go a little bit deep to the corner, putting that extra stride in. No worries there though for Molly Duda and Disco Traveller. Lord of the Morning should be up as far as the Goresbridge Bird's Nest, top of the hill. Better again. KJRB bred, yes, Lord of the Morning. Lovely Scopy horse by Sir Donna Hall. Out of a LaFontaine mare, pure thoroughbred mare on the dam side, yes. Comes down to the Nosey Duggan, trained at 18. Sammy Davis Jr. comes out for Ireland. Jennifer Cunley up second ride of the day in the 4-star. What about Polly Blue Eyes? What a brilliant score. What a brilliant time there for Polly Blue Eyes in the Nations Cup team. And now comes out on as an individual on this lovely Imperial Heights bred. Amanda Vogan bred Sammy Davis Jr. Riding here for partner Cathal Daniels and Margaret Kinsella. Great team here. 34.4, nicely in touch on that 34.4. There to the first combination. The Shamrock Water. Mighty old horse. This is Sammy Davis Jr. Love him. Yes, he's been a huge part of Jennifer and Cal's life, if you like. He won the 4-star, the big 4-star at Campfire many years ago, and then he won Chatsworth 4-star as well with Cal on board. And Sammy Davis Jr. then, meanwhile, with Jennifer, has been flying that Irish flag beautifully.
He's 15 years old now, so mature of age.
fourth in the Hartbury Young Riders European team with Jennifer on board as well, back in 22. He's the complete horse here. By Imperial Heights out of... we see Lord of the Morning. Well done. Nice completion there for Lexi Kilfeather. And well done, Lexi and Lord of the Morning through those finishing flags. Man up the leaderboard, provisional winning on a 25.7. The dressage score is amazing. Frozen Newwood with that exit score 31.6. Got Japan in second. Australia again, two in the top three. No Tosca and Burnett with 33. With Kevin McNabb still to come on the 30 score, still to come. Is not over yet, not at all. Yes, we welcome out now. Yes, Sammy Davis Jr. up as far as the Connolly Red Mills Lime Kilns for Sammy Davis Jr. Disco Traveler, they've had a super round. Molly Duda all the way from California, the West Coast. Second to Mobam, a little bit of a wiggly line to the last water. Ooh, can she make it? Yes, she can. Always going to court the white flag a little. And comes on through okay on an even keel, and plenty left in the tank to come home to the lovely Clara Forshoe, second last now behind him, and now to the last for Disco Traveler. Sammy Davis Jr. into the foreign equine ring fort. Yeah, okay. Sammy Davis Jr. came through the foreign equine ring fort and then absolutely fine, but they've called time, Sammy Davis Jr., and they've called time. He looks fine. He's trotting away there the finest, and I think that was probably the plan to do that part of the track and then finish up. And I'd say that was all part of their plan. So, Disco Traveller, through those finishing flags there for New Zealand, Molly Duda. And we'll wait for a time to show for her. You mentioned the word seamless there for Chris Burton and Shadow Man. I'm still basking in it. Yes, I'm replaying it in my own mind again. Perfection. It's close to perfection, as you will see.
Especially coming down off the hill here at the double of brushes. I mean, that was just superb riding and beautiful.
Yeah. Both he
and the horse.
He and the horse, absolutely. And we saw that again from Farrow Imp and Kevin McNabb coming down off the hill from the Goresbridge Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
And they just sit up and they don't do anything. I mean, and can you imagine what it takes for a horse to do that, the training, the athleticism from the horse? And we saw all of the above from our leader, Shadow Man.
The Aussies have got a really strong team by the looks of it.
Yes, a worthy winner. Yes, provisional winner is Chris Burton and Shadow Man. Yes, Clara Mountain in the start box, ready to go in the shadow of Clara Mountain. Yes, owned by Nick Pomeroy, and we're lucky to be staying with Nick's parents, with her mum there, Ursula, up in under the shadow of Clara Mountain. And here's their horse, their Puissance horse, Mike Ryan. Yes, away over the Barry's T Oxer at 1. Won the Ballandennis 4-star short back in 2021. 6 Ballandennis 4-star long last year. He had tough horse, this. I love him. And Puissance and Mike Ryan go well together. Remember the Old Road, his first championship horse. And by the same side, Puissance, Mike Ryan out of a cruising dam line, heading now to the Ballymaloo Relish picnic table at 2. Now the water, the first of the 3 waters, Clara Mountain. Time comes in for Molly Duda and Disco Traveller. Sharp time it was, 2:06:21. Adding 4 to their score, 41.8 for West Coast resident Disco Traveller, Molly Duda. Excellent on a 41.8. Clara Mountain moves very easily now to the pad lines, electrical. I think this fella's a 5-star cross-country horse. This fella, he's a tough horse, this Clara Mountain. Clara Mountain, yes, might have had a look at Sammy Davis Jr. coming by, but he's got plenty to look at now to the City Company Shelter at 8. Picking up this lovely Clara Mountain there. Strathcona gets a great shot there coming into the Connie Red Mills Lime Kilns. Positive ride from Michael coming through in this Puissant Skelding. Next fence now. Big gallop to get up to the top of the hill, the far equine fort. Castle in, Castle out for Clara Mountain.
Been calling Clara Mountain since he's 4 years old too, so it's lovely to see the journey of these horses going forward.
Absolutely, and another Clara horse looking very good the other day. Came up when we were watching the TV there the other day. Clara Ooh La La, another horse that came up from Nick Pomeroy and Michael Ryan, now plying his trade over in the UK. I remember winning the young horse finals up in Dublin, and great to see him progressing through.
That was a very exciting time for them all. Nick as well, who was the farrier.
Well done, Nick Pomeroy. Yes, he'll be watching Clara Mountain here. Well, Nick, your horse came through the foreign equine ring fort beautifully. Super shot at the corner and a super shot at the Coach House Distillery. Ooh, another serious player here. Yes, comes out on track for battle is Kevin McNabb for Australia on a 30 score. He can't overtake Chris Burton on Shadow Man, but he can go into a second spot with a fast round win.
During the week, this horse has an incredibly good CV. He's never been out of the first 5.
Horse, an amazing combination, and if I were Chris Burton, I'd be getting worried only that he can't actually beat him, and if he was in a position to, he could, I reckon, but on a 25.7, the best that Kevin can hope for now is a very, very good second to Shadow Man. That would put Australia first and second. Fantastic. So let's wish him well. He's as far as the Pat Lyons Electrical Hayrack at 6. Well, to the Eventing Ireland Park question. Because Scudeer 1980, a best friend there for Kevin McNabb. Over Sylvie and Company Shelter. Eyes all on now the Connie Red Mills water coming up now for Scudeer, a best friend. How's Mike getting on with Clara Mountain? Good, yes, over the go for gold. But Neston now to the corners. Kevin McNabb through the water. He's going to have a cut here. Gives Clara Mountain a lovely pat. Said, how about that? And the horse says, yeah. Got that easy. And the good ones do find it easy. Well done, Clara Mountain. Yes, on the way down to the Nosey Duggan train. Scudeer in 1980, a best friend here for Australia. Forward stride to the first of the 2 Ringfort Castles. I hope our youngsters are able to watch this, our young riders watching these top professionals in action. Seamless is the word you've used once, and I'm going to use it again, Claire. Beautiful to watch. He's a real horseman, Kevin McNabb. Just sits quietly for that stride to show, waits for the fences to come to him, and keeps the horse in that beautiful balance. By the thoroughbred Albaran, thoroughbred on the top line here. Harry Klugman, our breeder of Scudeer, a best friend, looking good here. Clara Mountain looking good, taking the slightly longer route of the water coming home, to be sure, and a good take now. Looking for gallop to the second last and showing plenty. This Puissant Gelding, Clara Mountain for Nick Pomeroy, resident here at Millstreet, yes, to the last. Third last of our horses to show out. Patrick Whelan out yet again, brilliant on Altudu, and now comes out on Ikun Lan on a 37.2. Ikun Lan, 11-year-old by Emilion. I could land, yes. Good run here in the Nations Cup last year, and a good run in the Blenheim 4-star long last year as well, so established himself very well at the 4-star is I Could Land. Impressive in his gallop, isn't he, I Could Land? Patrick Whelan getting carried beautifully now to the Pat Lyons Electrical. Scudier in 1980, the best friend. Now, importantly, over the Gores Bridge, go for gold, Bird's Nest, onto the double of corners here. Same line exactly. This tight line he takes coming in. It was the same on Faro Imp. And I Could Land nicely through the Eventing Island Park question. One stride to one stride combination. And the throttle is wide open on Scudier at 1980, the best friend, coming down the hill to the Nancy Duggan trade. I Could Land to the shelter. Michael on Clara Mountain scores 640 on the clock, 11.6 to add, 61.8. Provisional total score to complete. Australia sent a very strong team here to Millstreet last year for the 3-star Nations Cup to qualify for Paris, and they have some very good horses warming up here. Kevin McNabb, I wonder what he can take. Scudier, 1918 best friend. This could be his Paris horse yet. Looks very, very good. On their way home now to the pit median barrels. They're over that to the last water. Kevin McNabb. If he makes the time, he goes straight into second spot. A little look at his watch as he opens up and says, on you go a little bit, and lengthens a lovely stride to the last two fences for Australia. The Albaran Gelding, yes, nearly home. I Could Land, very impressive looking horse, isn't he? A lot of presence about him. Well through the far neck one, Ringford. And makes the corner look easy, also coming out. Tim Price comes out for New Zealand, riding Drumgurry Gold here for Michael McGrath. Tom Mulcahy bred 46.6 their mark, coming out for Tim.
It's Tim's father's here, Colin.
Great, I haven't met him yet. I'd love to meet him. Yes, Colin Price and my dad were great mates, and it's great to have you here, Colin. Yes, the Scudier, 1980, the best friend, comes home, waiting for time to show on the Rechenstell live scoring. Drumgurry He Gold, 5th in the Kililkey 3-star last year. First time out of 4-star, so this will be a real good, interesting round to watch. Drumgurry He Gold, first time out at 11. No better man on board than Tim Price. Scudier, 19, the best friend, Kevin McNabb. A time of 6:02, fastest, I think, of the whole day here in the 4-star. My goodness. Yes, goes into that, secures that second spot for Australia. Chris Burton, Shadow Man for Australia. Provisional winner at 25.7. Provisional second spot secured for Australia through Kevin McNabb, Scudier, 1918 best friend. One of the best we're going to see those two at Paris. I think it's odds on.
Good team starting. I mean, they've won team gold several Olympics, the Aussies. They've done very, very well.
And Shane Rose on the comeback as well with Virgil. I wonder who. We need 3 members, and interesting, excellent. First time out of 4-star, Drumgurry He Gold by Royal Concord. Yes, heading through that first water nicely to the Pat Lyons Electrical at 6. Second last to go in this Nations Cup. What a field, did you say?
It's
the
been
world's
an
best.
exciting class, this.
I Could Land coming home, yes, to the Gores Bridge Bird's Nest. They're through that. Lovely upper canter by this fella. A little green, a little wild and woolly through, but importantly through those finishing flags and galloped very strongly away from those down to the Nancy Duggan trail. Over the company shelter for
Michael McGrath, isn't it, from Middleton, read this one. It used to have Drumgurry Blue as well that Michael Rahm used to ride. And many others. And many others, yes.
Clear through the Connolly Red Mills goes Tim Price on this first time outer at 4-star Drumgurry Gold. Good take through. And Tim just sits on that lovely easy balance, isn't it, all the way on the uphill climb to the far neckline, Castle Walls. First time out of 4-star, he's getting a peach of a ride as always from Tim. Opens up the stride down to the corner, lovely and forward.
Lovely, yeah. I mean, Tim, another absolutely wonderful rider to watch.
Whelan coming home. To the last water complex goes Patrick Whelan. Nations Cup winning Patrick Whelan, yes, for Ireland. Yes, what a round he had on Altidu. And now a super round nearing completion on Whelan to the last 2 fences. Last horse comes out for the Connolly Red Mills 4-star Nations Cup course. Yes, Kelly's Quality in Cassels here for Patrick Murphy. Yes, a lovely horse here in Kelly's Quality. OBOS out of a thoroughbred mare. It's a lovely cross. Whelan through those finishing flags. Yeah, nicely home, Roger. Well done. So Kelly's Quality, last of our horses to call. Kelly's Quality, one Torella advanced back in 22. Second Ballon Dennis advanced as well, and great to have him back on track here. Kelly's Quality. And Kelly's Quality now through that first water, heading to Pat Lyons Electrical. By the dam by Supreme Leader, one of the top Coolmore National Hunt sires of his time. And OBUS onto a thoroughbred mare, better again. I think most of these continental horses, they need a thoroughbred dam underneath them, and they've got one here through Kelly's Quality. Coming in on a competitive score, 33.7, and that can put him into 5th spot if they can go clear within the time. He's on the comeback trail, you know, and it's great to have him back on the track here. This Kelly's Quality, exciting horse for Ian Cassels, Patrick Murphy's horse to the Connolly Red Mills for the last time. Yes, our Connolly Red Mills sponsored fence here for these 4 stars. Stood off and let it rip, and it steeplechases his way through. Brave shot through from Kelly's Quality. Gary Gold, how are we getting on with Tim Price? Yes, over the Go for Gold Bird's Nest onto now double of corners, just looking for that change, looking for that change. That's lovely. He never worries, Tim, does he? He just sits it through and waits and waits. And
so cool. It's just, he's wonderful horseman.
What it must be for the horse. I mean, it's just fantastic. There's a conversation every time that a horse and rider come together, and I love this conversation. It is staggering to watch. Kelly's Quality keeping up a very good pace there through the foreign equine ring force, in and out to the Coach House Distillery. He's looking for a good time here, Ian. Always competitive. Super rounds already on Mildred Athos and that Nations Cup winning team today, the Gosbridge, the Connolly Red Mills Nations Cup team. Yes, well done Ireland, well done Ian Cassels, Robbie Cairns, Jennifer Cunley, and of course Patrick Whelan. Now, this horse first time out of 4-star. Yes, Drumgurry Gold heads to the last water. Lovely light connections, head to neck, neck to shoulder. Lovely scopy horse he is too. We're going to see plenty more from Drumgurry Blue. Nice and easy. Sorry, I said gold, and it's Drumgurry. Oh, it is Drumgurry Gold. And, so anyway, yes, we're watching Kelly's Quality down to the Hobbit House. Up a lovely right land and moves away from his fence very, very quickly. Yes, OBOS Quality onto a thoroughbred mare. Yes, up to the Gosbridge Go for Gold Bird's Nest. Gary Gold, through those finishing flags, completes. Now looking for a good shot here for the last horse in this Nations Cup 4-star, Millstreet 2024. Super now. He's got to collect now for these double corners. Good over A. No worries in the B pot. Nicely done, Ian. Super. Super for Ireland. Super for Patrick McGrath, yes, Kelly's Quality, down the hill to the No-See Duggan train. Last horse in this Nations Cup, Conley Red Mills Nations Cup. Thank you, Conley Red Mills. Super sponsorship every year, and water with a tremendous field here. Our last horse, Kelly's Quality, over the No-See Duggan train, and now to the Bit Media barrels. Bit Media for your photographs. Make sure you check out the Bit Media website. Cracking photographs of our top horses, the world's top horses here at Millstreet. And make sure you check out those photographs over these beautiful fences here at Millstreet Green Glens. Trishan International. Yes, to the last combination, the water goes Kelly's Quality.
Martingale has come up disconnected, so it's been a little bit difficult for him.
Little stumble into the water coming home, and the horse only eyes on the flag, you know, isn't it lovely? And he can overtake and retake that balance, even with his Martingale undone. Yes, to the last two fences, Ian Cassels for Ireland. What a day for Ireland, winning the Nations Cup, and now is an individual coming home for Ireland again. It's Ian Cassels and Kelly's Quality. Just to call him over the last two, Clara Horseshoe behind him, and over the last. So thanks to all our ground jury, Judy Hancock, Marie Hennessy, John Little. Yes, what a brilliant Force on Nations Cup we have. Yes, Ireland winning the 2024 Millstreet Nations Cup on an excellent score of 110.2. In second, United States on 113.7. In third, Australia 114.2. Great Britain in fourth, New Zealand in fifth. And in the individuals, led from the outset, Chris Burton for Australia, Shadow Man on the next of 25.7. And that brilliant round from Kelly's Quality, it looked fast, it was fast. 3 seconds under the time for Kelly's Quality. Puts him up into fifth. Let's call it down through the leaderboard. Yes, individual leaderboard. Christopher Burton for Australia. Shadow Man on a 25.7. Scudeer 1918, the best friend, Kevin McNabb. Clear within the time on a 30. Yes, in second. In third spot, but clear round within the time. Kelly's Quality just gone through those finishing flags with that excellent score, 33.7, best of the Irish in fifth. In sixth, Pharaoh Imp, two in the top six for Kevin McNabb. Yes, Pharaoh Imp on a 35. Seventh spot, Ian Cassels, yet again, two in the top seven for Ian, and for Ireland is Mildred Athos. In eighth spot, Jennifer Cudley, what a round for Bonnie Blue Eyes to secure that Nations Cup win. And in ninth, Patrick Whelan Altidu, super again on that Nations Cup winning team, and finished in the top 10. The great Jonelle Price McLaren in top 10 position. Thank you, Conley Red Mills. A super finish to our Nations Cup 4-star. And we'll have a short break now before we bring on our next competition.